Yeah, I think we're good. But the phones are done. You're done watching
I'm done.
the quick time pie videos. I saw you watch a pie being made on your Facebook timeline.
I did. I'm not gonna lie about it.
You can make a pie
Those
later?
videos are actually
No.
Have you ever baked a pie in your life?
Yeah, actually.
Have you?
Yeah, I make pies all the time.
Are you fucking with
He's
me?
whipping
fucking
pies every
whipping
day.
pies, boy.
Whipping on the stove.
How are you the last to see that one? 'Cause
What are you doing?
you were gonna say he doesn't move bricks?
You need to do some shit. You need to do some shit now. I don't like this at all. Oh my god. All right. Okay. Let's hit it.
That's a good picture.
Hit it, Jet. Yeah. I don't like that at all.
That's what I look
Let
like.
us know when we're hot. Ready.
I feel like we're all on this side of the table and so
What do you mean?
like I'm falling off.
You want some more space? You want a little more
If you
space?
just want more space, just say so.
You don't have to bring it up like that. You can just say a little more space, please.
You know, you can you come and you say, look, I feel like everyone's treating me unfair. You know, that's how you bring up problems.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like
Are we good?
us as a us as a group. We're just very shifted to the
Why
right.
are you putting the blame on us?
I wasn't
when you-
blaming
you know?
anyone.
If you want a little
I
more
was
space,
simply stating.
just ask for a little more space.
Just ask for some
I don't
space,
need
dog.
space.
How's the yerb?
It's great, dude.
Isn't that like have alcohol in it? I'm thinking of kombucha. It's got the little.
That's kombucha. Kombucha's gross.
Which
this
is disgusting, yeah.
This is pretty much just like a natural energy drink.
I don't care
Tastes good. Tastes like berries.
about your vegan power. What's up? Buenos dias, Mandy. Welcome to the Bad Melee Podcast Evo recap because it was a week ago. And
About a week ago.
About a week to the day. At this time, what were we doing? At this very time, we were like watching Top 8, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to Evo. Me and Miles did, and the rest of the lads. And
I didn't.
Dawson didn't. Who knows what he did?
Yeah.
What do we have on the screen?
What does it say on the screen?
What does it say? Oh, I had it. I literally sent you something else. Cranking and crying? Question mark.
Yeah. Ratio. Cranks to cries
I wanna
ratio.
hear it. CC.
One
C/C.
one. Is it 1-to-1? Hard 1-to-1.
You know what? I'd be
1
guessing
to 1
no,
to 1.
no,
What's
no.
the first one? What's
Cranking to crying.
I think cries are a 0.5 on cranks.
You think?
Yeah, I think
So
that's too-
every.
I cry a lot. And I cry a lot when I crank, so.
That's-
Arguably, every
makes
time I
a lo-
crank, I'm crying. But I also cry when I'm not cranking.
Oh, so the
Okay,
ratio's.
So the ratio's a little.
I thought the ratio
It's
would
skewed.
be in favor of cranks, but it's in favor of cries.
Yeah. Right.
By just nature of me always crying when I crank.
That's fucked up. All right.
Plus extras.
Plus extra. Plus what I'm just crying.
Is Miles really good? Jet, don't fuck with me. He's so softly
He's
speaking.
been playing
He's
with
a
us.
soft
He's been
boy.
playing with us.
I can't hear him. I can't.
I could hear
Hello.
him.
Hey,
I
I'm
hear him
just-
fine.
I'm worried about the.
Fuck that.
Just let the people hear me breathe.
All right.
Yeah.
If he's good, I'm good.
Listen,
I think, well, we
If
have
Miles
to be
is too
good.
quiet, I need people to pipe up
Pipe up.
and say that British guy needs to speak louder.
That New Zealander is a soft lad.
oh yeah, really original memes, boys. It's the places that I'm not from. That's the joke. That's yeah.
All right.
The gimmick is it's not me.
Okay, so we went to Evo.
I didn't.
Dawson didn't. I had an experience. I mean, if like I posted it on Twitter, but it was actually pretty wild.
It got wild. It did.
It got a little dumb. The people asked me, "How did your pools? How'd you do in pools?" And I kept telling them the story, and I eventually got so tired of it, I would just say, "Well, my TO got fired, so that's kind of how it went." And they'd be like, "Oh my god," and I'd be like, "Yeah, long story." So anyway, so what happened was, I'm 4th seed, I think. So I beat 2 people to get to winners finals against the Moon, because I'm sick, right? Let's not.
You gotta like that.
Let's not beat around the bush,
Yeah.
right? Like, I destroyed 2 competitors on the field of battle easily.
Easily.
You know?
Some guy from Utah
Some guy from fucking Tennessee.
yeah.
Who cares?
probably picked up the game last week.
Light work.
Yeah.
All right? So, anyway, I play these 2 guys, and then I get to winners finals against the Moon. And I'm like, I go up to the TO, I'm like, okay, so I got to play the Moon, right? He's like, yeah. I say, can we play on stream? He's like, oh, yeah, sure. So we go up there to queue up, and there's already like 3 matches in the queue. I have a 10 a.m. pool, by the way. So there's 3 matches in the queue, and so the guy up there is like, all right, so you guys got to wait for these people to play, and then these people to play, and then Hacks versus whoever to play, and then you guys can play. I'm like, okay, so me and the Moon are like sitting there. I'm like, all right, man, I'm just going to be up front. I'm just going to watch these and wait. So you can go do whatever. And he's like, okay, I'll come up when Hacks is playing. I'll know it's Hacks because of the shines. And I'm like, all right, good plan.
That's exactly how the Moon speaks as well.
So he said that. I'm like, all right. Actually, he didn't show up for a while to his pool, and I thought I was just going to get the freest ride.
To winners?
But he got, someone showed up. He showed up.
TPP.
Anyway, we play a set real close, right?
Yeah, super close.
As
I heard from the commentary, too.
Honestly, really as close as it gets. And, unfortunately, I'll lose a close 2-0.
Yeah.
It happens.
We've all seen him.
And so we come off the stage. He's hot off his victorious victory against me.
I mean, he was sweating, though.
He was sweating.
Yeah.
I mean,
the bracket might say 2-0, but the actual games were...
I just checked the stream.
Yeah,
it was,
the VOD.
The VOD is all the proof you need.
I mean, you'll have to go digging for it, but you can find it if you really want to.
So we get off the stage, and the TO's there, and he's waiting. And he's like... oh, shit. Am I still on? I think I undid my mic.
I can still hear you.
Can you? Yeah. Okay, good. I can't hear myself. Okay, it's fine. So we go up there. I go to the TO, and he's like, okay, the Moon, good job. You made it out. You're going to day 2, and he tells him his information. He's like, okay, Slime. He's looking at the sheet, and he's like, you are out of the tournament, unfortunately. I'm sorry. And I'm like... I said, what the fuck are you talking about? I have a losers match to play. Like, what are you doing? And he says, no, yeah, sorry, you're just out. And I look at the bracket.
That's not how that works.
I'm like, so I just kind of sidle up next to him, and I'm like, what's going on there? And so what he did is he put someone in losers that I beat. He lost, and then lost in losers, and then he got confused. The TO got confused on the sheet and put him in another match. So someone got triple eliminated.
Someone played 3.
Someone played 3 games. Yeah. And so he...
that's bullshit.
It's really stupid.
And none of those 3
to
were
get
versus
double
the Moon.
eliminated, and he got an extra 1.
He got an extra 1. Imagine if he made it to losers finals and whatever.
Yeah.
He was really bad, but I mean, not like shitting on him. He was just like obviously new. But so that makes sense. Is like he didn't really know how a tournament worked as well. So he's like, oh, I got to play again? Yeah. Okay, whatever. So anyway,
honestly, that's not his jurisdiction to even worry about that. If someone says, oh, you play this guy now.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us know, like, I've lost twice. I shouldn't be playing.
Right.
Yeah.
But like,
That's
even
also
if he knew
TO's
and tried to sneak
fault.
back in, not his fault.
No, it's not. Yeah. I mean, you're just following. You're a soldier at that point.
Yeah.
You're a pawn in the TO's game.
Right. So anyways, TO, he runs basically this fraudulent losers bracket all the way to where that person lost. And all the way to winners or losers finals.
Yeah, your spot got took, basically.
Yeah, where 2 people duked it out. And I believe this is on stream. I believe this losers match is on stream because they wanted to play. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's Snows versus somebody else. But yeah, so they played it, and they played it out. This is all while me and the Moon were waiting. They played it out, and he tells the guy who won, okay, good job. You did it, lad. You're moving on to day 2. Show up at this pool tomorrow, and here's your wristband. Good luck. And so I'm like...
He hadn't played the slime style.
He didn't play me. Hot. Off of a young, close match with the Moon. So he fucking... So anyway, we go to talk to the TO because I'm like, yeah, this is dumb and this is wrong. So we got to figure this out. He's like, okay. And I was like the fucking principal walking a child to, talk to his parents or something. I was like, come on, let's go.
And he's
so
like, I don't want to.
He's like, well, no, okay, yeah, let's figure this out. So we talk to this TO, and he says we have to sit there and explain it to him, and he's like, this really happened? And I'm like, yeah. And he was actually he was really easy on the other TO. He was like, look, this happens sometimes. It's no big deal. What you're going to have to do, talking to me, you're going to have to show up to this guy's pool tomorrow, tell him that didn't count when he made it out, that didn't matter, and you have to play him right now, and then you play your day 2 shit. And I'm like...
So if you beat him right there in that next match, you don't have to play all those other people. You just get straight to losers finals.
Right.
And he has to play you again, and if he beats you, then it's just fine.
Yeah.
But if you beat him, you just have to beat him. You didn't have to beat anyone on the way.
No, because it was losers finals. I dropped right from winners finals
from
to
winners
losers
you
finals.
go straight to
okay.
losers
Yeah,
finals.
of course.
So it was actually pretty simple, but I'm like, that's still fucking stupid. Imagine you make it out at Evo, maybe your first time or whatever.
Which guy did they choose to have to play? Oh, the guy who won, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like walking around fucking livid. I'm like, what happened? He was like, if you can find this guy today, that'd be even better.
If you
so we can
beat that
sort
guy,
this shit out.
if you beat that guy after he's been given the "you make it out" wristband and the pat on the back
Yeah.
and stuff, it's
How
like that's
sucky would that
mine
be?
now. That's
Yeah.
mine
yeah,
now.
go ahead, give that to me,
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, and it's like
That'd
you
be
just
sick,
robbed
actually.
this guy.
Just like taking his wristband off his arm.
Just grab it.
He's like,
give me that shit.
no.
So, but the TO was also like, if you find this guy, that's even better because we can sort this shit out now. So if you find him, play it out. So, he's like, okay, good luck, lads. And so me and this fucking TO are just standing there, and he's kind of looking at me like, are you gonna make me do it? And I'm like, well, go look for him. And he's like, okay, I will.
Yeah.
I was like just fucking yelling at this guy like a disappointed parent. So he's just fucking walking around the pools like a dumbass because he told these people they were out. So they're obviously just
They might
dispersed.
not even be there. They might be in the casino or
Right.
something.
They back to their hotel room, whatever. So it's like, all right, whatever. Anyway, I tell all the boys. I tell the story 40 fucking times.
It's a bad story to have to tell.
It is.
Yeah.
And so Nick.
There are just so many points where it's just like, this could have been fixed.
And it's like, oh, my Evo runs over now.
I hope
that
they
lost
took
to
Oh,
his
the
ref
moon.
shirt.
Yeah, right? No,
I
so
hope they just took it right off his back and he had to walk.
so he's just shamefully looking around.
Mandalay Bay shirtless.
The TO you take him to is like, no, this happens, but you're never going to TO again. It happens to some people, and it
Happens
only
to
ever
some
happens once.
Yeah.
Because then they never get put on again.
He was really gentle on this guy, his boss TO or whatever. And I was like, whatever. Their internals does not bother me, but this is fucked up. But anyway, so I talked to Nick, and Nick's like, dude, look him up on SmashGG. You can probably find his Facebook, whatever. Nick actually found the guy on Facebook for me. So I message him. I was like, hey, man, are you Snows? Are you at Evo right now? He's like, yep, that's me. I'm like,
Just made it out of pools.
boy, do I got a fucking story to tell you, right? So I explain everything. He's like, his message literally is like, don't do this to me, dude. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I have to.
This is just how. And
you're like, oh, you think you were 4th seed, dude? Ooh. You come up and you just like give him the Cyrox treatment. Like you're just like 8 times better than him. You give him like the disgusting tech that he can't keep up with.
Ugh.
He's like, oh, I'm out. Like, yeah, he's already told all his friends. And then you play him and it's just not close. It's just like,
if only it went that way.
If only.
So I tell him, I'm like, come to the main TO desk. They're looking for both of us.
Uh-huh.
We'll figure it out. They were actually calling my name on the PA because, like, the main TO guy who was putting all the data into SmashGG found our sheet. He was like, what the fuck is this? And he grabs us and he calls us. So we end up meeting at the TO desk. We sit there, and the guy's like, look, this is stupid. I am so sorry. Here is a wristband for both of you. It says Heart of a Champion on it, so that was cool.
Champion.
So I got that. He's like,
were those just, side note, were the Heart of the Champion
I don't-
wristbands just for people who were in like strange situations?
I don't
throughout
know.
the
If
weekend?
anyone else got one of those, let me know, because I don't know who got those
Who
for
is a
whatever
champion?
reason. I'm a champion for being a
Yeah.
victim of a dumbass
Of a
TO.
cruel system.
Of a system that failed me.
It's actually impressive that he, like, was able to run a loser's bracket without you.
And no one batted an eye.
It's actually the easiest thing because you just dropped down. So who was the other player that he just picked randomly to
honestly, the sheets were kind of weird, but it tells you,
play?
loser
I've seen
of
some
this.
Evo sheets, dude. They're pretty impossible to fuck up.
But he did.
Listen, Dorsey, not everyone's been on the block as long as
Yeah,
you.
not everyone's a god TO,
I'm
bro.
sick of this. Evo,
Anyway.
hit me up, Mr. Wizard.
So the guy's like, it's so funny because he's like, yeah, this is really stupid, and he is definitely getting fired, and he's not going to be TOing anymore. Again, I'm really sorry,
Ever.
guys.
In all the U.S.
And, yeah, he's
You
going
see
on the
him there
black
next
ball.
Evo, and he's like, how you doing, man?
I'm like, no.
He's your pool captain for the next
I'm
Evo.
like, you.
Hey,
He just crosses you. He's like, it's like, oh, reporting for pools. Everyone put their hands up. You're like, Slime, I'm here. And he's just like, okay, DQ'd then.
I'm
No
not showing
Slime?
up.
yeah. They blacklist him, and he's going back to his state, and is
He's trying to TO like Smash 4 or something.
trying to run his own local that he's had for a while, and they're
Yeah.
just the venue owner's just like, Can't do it,
No,
dude.
man. I got it on the wire that you're not cool.
And he gets a phone call
I got-
from Mr. Wizard, and he's like, "I'm sorry."
I got a Slack email this morning that says it's done.
It's done, bro. I'll be taking it from here on. Yeah, no. So whatever that happened, and so Tio was like, "Look, you guys can play it out right now. You can play it out. You basically play it out whatever you want before pools. Like, but you got to do it." Oh no, what he said before that, he was like, "We can float you both. Would you be down for that?" Before the other guy showed up, I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be fucking fire, dude. Float us both. Like, fuck it. Why
Yeah.
not? Let's go. Like, we all want to play, and I don't want to fuck this guy."
Yeah, it's just it's the guy who got told he was through that's really getting screwed.
It really is.
Yeah.
And especially if you guys are around the same level of skill, he's like suddenly playing a close set of melee. Like, if it's very clear which of you deserve to get through, and then you play it out, and it's like, oh, we were in the same pool, and you just got skipped over, but you were way better.
Yeah, you
than
were
me.
supposed to get out.
But
anyway.
if it's like a close set where either of you could have won, it's like he didn't deserve those nerves in game 3.
Nope. He
Yeah.
did not. He didn't deserve after the fact and everything. So I'm like, yeah, fucking float us, dude.
Yeah.
Like, do me one. So he's like, he checks. He's like, all right, we're doing Smash GG this year. If it was last year, we could float you guys because there are empty seats. But Smash GG filters directly in,
Yeah.
so we can't do that. Guy eventually shows up. We sit there, we explain it. He's like, all right, here's what I can do. You guys either play this out like now or tonight or tomorrow, whatever you want, but you play it out, or one of you goes through straight up, just goes through. The other person gets put into a new pool and starts over again. Like, we're both like, well, fuck that, right? No one wants to do
Yeah.
that because then you're like unseated.
I would have
It's
been like, show me the pool, dog.
show me,
Yeah.
hey, bro, give me that, give me that easy pool. No, so we were like, fuck it, let's just play it out. He's like, yeah, take all the time you need to warm up, blah blah blah. And so we sit down in a setup, we fucking warm up. He's a fucking Ganon player, and you know the rest, boys. I mean, I don't even need to say it, right? I got Ganoned. I tried to dash dance Shield. Shield didn't come out quick enough.
That's a good segue into my Evo, actually.
Anyway, that's what happened. So
Because I didn't get Ganoned.
you didn't get Ganoned?
No, I beat
You
Bizzarro
beat
You
first.
did beat Bizzarro. I was the only one watching. I
Yeah.
forgot that. Yeah, dude, you were just doing some falling up airs. You were
Yeah,
doing some shit. He
Actually,
was looking overwhelmed.
yeah, in game 3, I felt really in command, and I wasn't like, oh, this is Evo, and this is a guy I know or anything. I was like, Rock Croc and Spidey Senses, both Ganons. You know, I took it. Nobody knows because I placed like 1 billionth, but I took a trip to Florida to play in CEO Dreamland, and in my pool was Spidey Sense. Oh no, Rock Croc was first, and he's a legend.
Really?
Yeah, Rock Croc's a Florida Ganondorf player, and,
Is it
and
Rock
Captain.
Croc?
That's
Never
his
heard of this
tag.
man
No,
in my life.
Linguini?
No,
Okay.
it might be the same guy,
Is,
but
No.
is Linguini Rock Croc?
No, but I
Either way.
remember Rock Croc from like, I don't know. I just didn't think it was Florida. But Linguini, like Ganon's just frequent Florida tournaments for
yeah,
whatever
there's just a
reason.
lot of Ganons in Florida,
Yeah.
dude. It's
Like
there's
Linguini-
Gators and Ganons.
Yeah,
A lot of purple anger to take
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
on their weird
Anyways,
state.
so I was feeling pretty good. I was like practicing a lot before this tournament. And I sit down and play my pool. I'm like, oh, this should be pretty good. What am I doing day 2 type thing?
Didn't you almost lose to Captain Neckbeard?
No, I did.
You did. Okay, that's right.
No,
Lost-
I lost my round 1 at Evo as well. That's a different story. Like, let me just
You
tell
were
the,
like
We'll
the-
start
let
from
me tell
zero,
let me
dude.
tell the
Wait.
Ganon story
All right,
first.
real
all
quick,
right,
real quick.
right.
You were like the master of like losing round 1 or 2, and just like
And then turning it on.
blowing through the tournament to get like out or like 9th or like
Like to
something.
get a good placing
Yeah.
relative to my skill level.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
like when you're playing like a single player game and you're like you lose all your health, you only got like 10%
And you
health
play
left, and then you
great.
play good because you
Yeah.
know you're gonna die.
No, it's like I was just the guy who beat me in round 1. I was unseated at Evo, which I was kind of like laughing about. And the guy I played round 1, he was just like a peach vein, and I was just like not really all there. And I think he beat me game 1. And I was like, oh
I think
shit.
so. Yeah.
And I tried to actually get in the zone and play like real melee, but it was like too little, too late, and he kind of clutched it out on me game 3. And I was like, I wasn't mad. I was like, this guy played well. Like he beat me.
Captain Neckbeard should not be trifled with.
No, like this guy
That
beat
was
me.
his tag.
And I was like, I
I'm
wasn't,
not being an asshole.
I wasn't salty. I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is my Evo trip and this is how it's gonna go. Like, oh, I can't believe I just lost. I was like, good shit, Captain Neckbeard, you got me. I'm gonna go buy a beer, real quick.
You did. You bought a
I
young
wanna-
$11 beer.
And the lady said, she was looking me in the eyes, and I was like, how much is this Heineken? She said $11, and I was thinking to myself, I said it to her. I was like, the only reason I'm buying this is because I need it. Like literally, like if
She
there was
like,
any
"That's
other
not the
option,
first time I heard that today.
if there's any other option for me to like not buy this, I wouldn't. But I need it, and then I'm gonna win. Like that's how it's gonna work. So I drink my one beer, and I put my music in, like my favorite music. I'm like, oh, now we're playing. Like this is real. This is everything. Like this is why we come to these things, is to actually compete. When I first sat down, I was kind of like, oh, this is some shit I'm doing in the afternoon. We're gonna go back to gambling or whatever.
right.
You know, I was like not taking it seriously at all. Captain Neckbeard rocked me. I was like, well, he didn't rock me, but it was close. But I was like, he got me. Well played, Neckbeard.
That's Captain Neckbeard.
He
dude.
had a victory from
Private.
Mum's
That's
basement.
CPT, neckbeard.
So yeah, I just start playing losers and just start tearing through kids. I play Captain Neckbeard again, tear through him.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
He was like, he wasn't ready.
Yeah, he lost.
You shaved that neckbeard.
I beat him, and then there was some sheik that had a jersey on from Las Vegas or somewhere. I know he looks pretty good. He had a jersey with his name on it, just like me.
It means I mean, hey, we got Pepper's
And
jerseys.
I was thinking, wow, this man about to be a hitter. And then he sits down. I'm like, where are you from? And he didn't say California, so I was like, oh, sorry. You know,
it is a good
you
feeling.
know when they don't say like
SoCal.
tri-state New York or California
You're like,
or like Florida.
yeah, you're like shit.
And no, he can be good for one of those. He said like somewhere in the Midwest, and I was just like,
I'm number
oh.
one in Wisconsin.
You're like, oh, sick. Well, this will be quick.
No, I was like,
I'll make it easy for you.
I was like, not only have I never seen this guy's tag, like if he was a best player from one of these regions, then I would have known who he was.
yeah, like
He was
Bobby
like
Frizz or something.
he was like from a random region, and I still didn't know who he was. So I was sitting there, played him. He played Sheik. He just got really impatient, kind of gave it to me at the end, and then yeah, I was through. So day one ended well, after a round one loss,
Well done.
and then I've been thinking about Gannon ever since Florida, man. Ever since. So back to the other story. I was in Florida thinking, being dumbass winners me, thinking people were going to be free and stuff. Some guy picks Gannon. I'm like, oh, you just drill and shine, and then you carry him off the edge, get the kill. Suddenly, Rock Croc's wave landed on me, grabbing me, stomping the shit out of me. Get hit by a forwarder that kills Fox at 60.
Dude, I know.
What is that?
It kills Falco at 20% less.
In the game that we play at home, that move is not strong. Like, it's all right.
Is it nerfed in PAL?
It's heavily nerfed.
Yeah.
It's like
Really? I
it's
didn't
like
know
more
that.
than a third weaker than it is in
That's
NTSC.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Dude,
Anyway.
NTSC's fucked up.
So Rock
like
Croc
I don't
did
like
it to me, and I was feeling pretty stunned. I was like, he's supposed to be a low tier. I'm Fox. How do I lose?
deserve more than this.
Yeah, and so I'm feeling pretty stunned, and I start playing Spidey Senses, who's another like Florida local, in losers of my pool, and
He's a Ganon?
no, he's a Falco who I 3 or 4 stock in game 1, who then picks Ganon.
Oh, shit.
Maybe he was watching. Maybe he just has a pocket Ganon that he likes to play when his Falco gets rocked. In a high tier versus high tier, fair gameplay, high tier versus high tier. But then he picks this Ganon on me, and suddenly I'm having flashbacks to what
To mere
to
minutes
what
ago.
Rock Croc just did, and suddenly it's happening all over again.
Did you lose?
Yeah,
You lost to 2 Ganons at fucking CEO?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Holy shit.
He
I
doesn't
didn't-
talk about this.
I didn't
Yeah.
tell anyone. That's the first time I've like not had a pretty good for my skill level play. Like that's the first time I've left a major in America and been like, that's the only time I've left a major in America and been like, wow, I really like dropped it.
Damn.
Yeah, because at DreamHack you did pretty well.
DreamHack was 33rd. I got a game off McCain. He got me again.
Yeah.
They don't want you to win.
They don't want you to win, dude.
They don't want you
That's
to
a
stay
different
healthy.
story.
Yeah.
Again, I got a game, and again, I was like, I'm about to win this. And then again, I got clutched
Yeah.
out on in game 3 in a last stock situation or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, DreamHack was like at the 33rd. This Evo, I played a Las Vegas Fox day 2, who was really good. He had a weird smash tattoo.
Yeah, no, he's been playing for a long time. I don't know his
He
tag,
was
but
actually good, and he choked. He choked game 3.
he did. I remember that. You didn't deserve that one,
I really didn't.
but you got it.
I
And we
was
fucking take those.
my wheels were falling off on Pokemon Stadium. My wheels were melting away on the hot tarmac, and I guess I just wanted it more. I don't
Shit
know.
falling out, luggage falling out of the plane.
We were riding on the rims, but yeah,
But you took it home.
he did some like bad side B recovery and got back at, and that was it. And then I played Bizzarro Flame, and it's like Ganon. I've been thinking nothing but Ganon since I left Florida.
Got
And
that
I've been
PTSD.
I've been thinking when the Ganon's
Purple
on the platform,
TSD.
when he's on the
Purple TSD.
platform, he's got to attack me horizontally. What if he goes to the platform, I just go underneath him? What's he gonna do? Drop down? You just crouch. His moves are all aerial, It's big hitboxes, but they're all taking up aerial space. Fox just stays on the ground.
So you
These
had
big
this.
moves can't touch the Fox.
You had this scientific breakthrough.
And you saw it.
No, yeah, it
I
was.
broke the block down on him.
You really did break the block down. It was a systematic win against a big fat purple idiot.
Like
Yeah.
when I was in the corner, I didn't try to rush out into one of those back airs because he doesn't have good horizontal movement. Ganon doesn't have good horizontal movement. Like
Yeah.
Bizzarro makes it hard because he's trying to come in with that back air. But if you're just shooting, he's got to really commit to going into that corner, and then you can run away.
Yes.
Yeah, Ganon doesn't really have any like offensive options. He's like a really good defensive character.
No, he's like a great spacing character.
yeah,
right?
yeah. Like,
Like if
all
he
his
has center
moves are
stage,
good at like slightly fading back, but he can't fade back that well. So like, it's like you have to be running into him to
Yeah.
like get fucked by.
another
Ganon.
thing I super picked up on is like once he short
I
hops
should have told you
once,
that.
once he short hops once, he's either gonna land, which sucks, because
Yeah.
or he's gonna do another jump and another aerial. Like a lot of Ganons will do like one like offensive back air and then they fade back to cover it with another one.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
he has to do that double jump, right? So I was like, don't attack him after the first one. There's another attack coming, and then hit him for that. Once he's double jumped, he's got no options.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I just was kind of figuring these things out as we were playing. And yeah, it just felt really like it was the first time, or not the first time, but it was one of those great times in Melee where like you overcome something that previously just felt stupid. You're like, why
Yeah.
am I dying? This sucks. And then suddenly I was like, no, this is actually Fox really is great.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
pretty sure you grabbed the Batmobile too. He
The-
downbeat at
the
you.
purple bus.
He down. Yeah. He downbeat at him, and he just hit that fucking Z button.
yeah,
Just snip. No.
the purple bus
I
was
think-
coming on the block, and he just waved it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just
Not today.
made it take a
Yeah.
detour.
My punishes were good as well, and like I didn't let him take his hits too far.
It was good. He won on Yoshi's and shit.
Oh,
It's good times.
Game 3 was like a two stock, I think.
Was real proud of my boy. I was watching too of the lads.
And then I played King Momo, and at no point did I feel like I was.
You
gonna win.
literally said I wasn't ready for that.
I just play against so many Falco. Like I think I'm good versus Falco, but he wasn't playing the Falco that I'm used to playing against. Like I was like, oh, you can hit me there.
Yeah.
Like so many times I would get hit out of hit stun when I thought I was just gonna like DI to the ledge or like get a tech on a platform or like using a defensive option, and he would continue the combo in a way that nobody I play against here does.
He makes Falco move in
Like
a different
Fox.
way. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane actually.
I
He
mean,
was
this
moving
isn't
so fast.
Stanky from like FD
Yeah.
that you're playing. This is.
But like Squid
esteemed ranked
Squid
player.
can't move Falco that fast. I play against
Yeah.
Envy a lot, like my roommate. Like he's
Squid,
not.
Squid doesn't. I don't
Squid
think
does
he wants
play
to.
Falco like by the book.
Yeah, he
like-
doesn't want to play it in that way.
Oh no, I'm not saying he's like.
No, but yeah,
Not
No,
capable.
Momo like
No, he-
pushes the character to a different like place.
He-
It's
yeah.
very cool actually.
It's
So.
like Squid has his way, Momo has.
Yeah, I've just like the Momo tree of Falco was new to me,
Yeah.
and I got. I mean, game 2 was very close, but at no point was I like I am in control and I'm gonna win.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Get fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
So
What?
that's my Evo story.
Hold on, I got the. Oh yeah. So that was pools basically, and it was actually really fun when like there were so many of us that made it out. And that's how you know like your boys are growing, is because you go to Evo. Sorry, you go to Evo 1 year and like 2 people make it out, and it's
Evo's
just always
also
been
growing
good.
as well, though.
Or
So
Evo or
round-
like a big Smash tournament.
it's easier to make it out of pools when there's so many more pools.
That's true. And also, they seeded them well because I think Smash GG had internal seeding. Because before Evo was like sometimes you would get a fucking death pool,
Yeah.
and sometimes you would just get a free pool, and it was very, very.
It was like that this time though. Like I boned people who were seeded. I was unseeded.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go 0-2.
But I felt like because I was checking everyone's pools that I knew, and it was like, yeah, this seems about right. As far as people I know, it just seemed more.
No, they were like Mojo was like terribly seeded.
Really?
I
That's
think
fucked up. They fucked up.
Kramer had to play Devastation to make it out of in losers. Like Nick Envy got a winners seed.
That was wild. No shade, but
No, I think Nick said that he got like a
we
really amazing.
were
seating.
making a joke that was like it was like Daddy's like what do you call it, trust fund seed.
Oh yeah.
Like
That
someone
real
made
privilege.
Someone
Yeah.
made a call.
Someone definitely made a call.
No, it's just like
I
that.
feel like it was better
I
than
mean-
last year, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but not as good as
I've
Ty or Zoo.
dude, yeah. I mean, I've had like really fucked up pulls in the past. Like I remember my Paragon pull was like probably the most fucked up pull I've ever seen in my life. It had Leffen, Koopa Troopa, eBay, Brandendorf, J666, me,
Oh my god.
and then like
And how many make it out?
Probably
2.
4. 2?
It wasn't 4. It was
it
2.
was 2. Leffen and Koopa made it out.
Jeez.
Kitsune was in it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
you gotta let them know.
But I mean,
But it's happened. Either way, what was cool was seeing
like Devastation versus Kramer for losers though is like
that's pretty fucked. Also, regionally, that's fucked.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be in the same region.
I agree.
But it was cool to go around on day 2 and be like, oh shit, Miles is playing over here. Oh, Chong's playing over here because Chong made out. Chong's playing over here. Everyone's playing.
There was lots of action.
There was lots of action. It was awesome, and I actually hadn't. That's the first time it was just so action packed on day 2.
Yeah.
For a major for me, which was
and
really
and
fun.
as soon as your friends were out, the hype, the big matches were happening.
Yeah.
Like Hacks won game 1 against Hungrybox, and there was 300 people trying to get a look at a CRT.
Mm-hmm. And you can sit down and check.
There was
out.
people like videoing phones, videoing the game, to get the picture back far enough in the crowd.
Right. Yeah, so that was cool. It was funny though. I actually ended up playing the least amount of video games at this tournament.
There was just nowhere to play, man. Like, you could play, I guess, if you wanted to, but it's like...
Make it a 4-man?
Yeah, you make it a 4-man with, like, either 3 backwater bills or, like...
I feel like Evos are always kind of like that, though. Like, if you're out, you're kind of out. That's why I mostly prefer Genesis, is because, like...
Or any tournament that has designated sort of friendlies.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Like
Genesis had the 24-hour...
And those arcade friendlies, right?
Yeah.
That was cool.
The Red Bull setups that Church was... He was frying
destroying
every single console with his Church box.
With his illegal...
Oh, really? He was
Smash.
Ruining consoles?
He had the Smash box before it was like a thing. Or no, he had the box, the Hacks one,
ice box?
back in January. And he was just plugging it in, and the voltage was wrong, and he was just ruining setups. Like...
That's fucked.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's crazy that you can do that through a controller.
Yeah.
Me and my friends had a controller. Side note, in Australia, we had a controller we called Ghost Controller, and like if you plugged it in, 10 seconds later, the setup would switch off.
Really?
Yeah, and it
was haunted.
It didn't fry the setup.
Just
like you could turn the setup back on, but with this controller plugged in, the setup would only be on for the next 10 seconds. So you'd get to like the screen where you can play if the controller started in, and it would go off. But you can restart it. It would turn back on.
Right. Churches wasn't destroying setups. It was doing that. It was crashing them. But
okay.
That's
then they have to open it up because it's in those cabinets.
Yeah. That was what was funny. So there was like, if there was an empty Red Bull setup, you could tell like he had been there.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't he realize after like 2?
I think he just kept trying because some would work fine, and then he would get kicked off.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Esteban was working that, and he told me about it.
That's
and he was
so
like,
funny.
They keep fucking crashing.
What?
Oh, Esteban? Yeah. Sorry, Esteban.
Sorry, dude.
Actually, blame Church.
Yeah, it was Church's fault.
Church the kind of guy
to ruin everyone's experience.
Lay down some stacks?
Yeah, you see him.
Did you gamble with him? I didn't gamble with him. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Church has a weird job where he gets these, like, insane bonuses. And he's just like, yeah, I put down some chips.
You get some bread?
Some bills, some bread.
Do we move on from... do we talk about top 8 first? Or
we can talk about how I didn't go to EVA and how I regretted it.
Matthew Dawson, what did you do?
Cranked and cried, dude. We went
over. We got a ride.
Hot crank and cry.
I don't know. I feel like the viewer experience... I was talking to Jed about it in the car earlier. I think the viewer experience of this EVO didn't make me feel anything. Like, normally with tournaments, I'm like...
It felt like a farm. It felt like the biggest farm of all time, right?
Yeah, it felt weird. Like, even the more, like, hype sets that were on stream early, like, around day 2
That's what happens
pulls.
when there's so much best of 3 and you're not getting these pans of Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
It's like you're not waking up thinking, oh, top 8 of EVO. This is the day I've been waiting for. It's just like, Leffen, you're out. Moon, you're in top 8. Now we got to play it. Yeah, just like...
It felt fast. I told them going into top 8 a bit, but not so much. I remember making plans the night of top 8 and thinking like, fuck, I really want to watch top 8, but like it might go over and I might not be able to make these plans. And top 8 finished well before I was even like ready to go out, and I was like, oh fuck, like this is weird. It's like a weird feeling, like how quick it was, and it almost felt like a blur. Like I just blacked out, and it's like Mango Armada are playing, and
it started speeding up for me too, but it was because I was getting progressively drunker and drunker.
Yeah.
Because I was mad that Leffen was out.
Yeah, same.
Were
that
you?
Was a heartbreak.
I was pouring him down my neck instead
Really?
of pouring him on the floor.
You were.
I love Leffen. Leffen's my favorite player.
We're like
Makes
really
sense.
big Leffen fanboys.
Anyway, as soon as Leffen goes out, I know that Armada's chances of winning and that Hungrybox's chance of winning just skyrocket.
Yeah.
And the way Mango was playing was good, but I knew it wasn't going to be hot enough to beat Armada.
Yeah, I felt Armada was playing kind of like not so good. or at least shaky until.
Where did you guys end up? So we were all sitting together, and then they're like, okay, top 8 starting, and it was like King of Fighters or something, whatever was before Melee ended.
Are you talking about when me and Lud were like separated for ages?
Ludwig sat up and he was like, all right, boys, let's do this clean. Let's do this by the books. And, like, he picks up his chair, and we all, like, try to find good top 8 seats.
Yeah.
But we literally, like a child in a grocery store, we just lost them. So it was me and my friend Ben from Colorado. We're just like...
No, so you weren't with the squad.
I was initially, and then when you guys left, it was every man for themselves.
They were the parents that just left you.
Well,
yeah.
Ben,
all I'm
the
saying
kid.
is, we all managed to find our way together.
You didn't wait for us. It was fucked.
I guess the problem was with you, dude.
Anyway,
I know this feeling.
So
this is how I felt all Evo.
So
all my friends left me, and I was just in my house.
it was just a mass exodus.
Yeah.
We just cranking one out for the boys.
I felt so shitty because I was getting like messages like, dude, this is the one that broke my heart. Moss Garden. I don't know if any of you know him.
Yeah.
Legendary Yoshi player. I never see him in SoCal, even though he lives like 15 minutes away from me. He just doesn't go to like
Long Beach, right?
Yeah, he doesn't go to locals anymore. And he messages me, and I've only ever seen him at regionals for the past like couple of years. And he's like, "Dude, are you at Evo? Like, let's hang out right now." And I was like,
and that one got you. That's how it goes,
dude.
When the rare homie who doesn't appear too often hits you up
from California, lives right next to me, and then like other people were hitting me up about it, and I was just like, "Nah, B, just sitting here cranking it."
I actually have no time. Even Indy, who is like, I love with all my heart. Like, I have no time for people that aren't at Evo when I'm at Evo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing to say to you.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like our lives revolve around this hotel casino for the next 3 days.
No, and I get
You're not
that.
here, like, fuck off.
I totally get that, and it was like bummed because you get all those messages day one.
Yeah.
And then it's just slowly, just like
yeah.
You don't hear
people get more lost in the sauce and they forget about you.
I want to be lost.
You
in the
disappear
sauce.
like the photograph in. I was gonna say Land Before Time.
Like, we've moved on from SoCal at that point. We're in Evo Vegas land right now.
Our old lives are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it sucked. I mean, I don't regret it because I felt like I should have just gone to spectate and like
there was
hang out. And that's
you
what
literally
like,
is Evo worth going to? And we're like, man, did you go one time before? Did you like it? You're like, no.
Yeah, I've
And
never
I was like,
liked,
all right, that's it.
I've never liked
like,
an Evo.
It's so cheap to go from SoCal. Like, as for a major experience, like, think of the major experiences you can have. I paid Nick like $20 gas money, and if I really wanted, I could have housed for like $30 a night.
Yep.
I paid for like I did house for $30 a night, I think.
Airbnb.
Yeah, Airbnb is
so like
clutch.
So I think that's like $110, and then you can just buy a spectator pass or.
It wasn't like so much about the money. It's just like, I mean, I'm not.
Well, it sounds like
Vegas.
Fucking Kevin Carlos was there. I didn't want to go. Or
Oh.
he's got his ethical like pillars that he just cannot move
What are
away
you
from.
talking
What's
about?
I'm saying
Las
that.
Vegas,
I'm saying
dude?
that you're about to say something like, "I would have gone to Vegas,
Vegas is
but
just
Mr.
like-
Wizard once said he called somebody a queer or something, so I'm not going."
I don't want to
not
support the
chill.
event.
Calm down, Mr. Wizard.
Dude, if
Learn how to
Mr.
DQ
Wizard,
people.
if Mr. Wizard called somebody a queer like this week or last weekend, that wouldn't have been like the worst thing he said.
That's
People still would have been more mad about the DQ.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
No, me as a person, I just like, I'm not like super into Vegas. Like
That makes sense.
I'm straight edge. I'm vegan.
2 days
like
a year.
it's like
2 days a year.
I mean, I don't drink anymore. I don't do
Yeah, I
anything,
mean,
and we went
all
off.
All that's left for me to do is gambling, which I like. But at the same time, it's like
Hell yeah, brother.
that's all. If that's all there is, it's
And play Melee, and watch your homeboys play pools,
That's right.
and watch Top 8, and maybe drink a Pepsi during Top 8.
I already said that I was sad that I didn't get to hang out with the homies.
Well, let it be a lesson to you next time. Just come through, lad.
I'm not coming through.
We
If you
would've
got the
booled.
bread, if you got the bread, put a little butter on it next time.
I might go. I don't know. See me at Genesis.
Let's go.
Are you going
I'm
to
going to Big House. I'm
Oh.
trying to get on commentary at Big House. I'm putting together a reel because I'm
A reel?
fucking shill now.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with shilling. All right.
That's what Ludwig says. Me and Ludwig had the biggest argument
About shilling?
before. Yeah, like
Dude,
before top
shilling's
8,
legit.
we were
That's why I love
screaming
you,
at each other.
because you know not to sell out.
No, that's the
No,
thing.
Dude, the Melee community of like, oh no, I can't take this $5 for my 12 hours of hard work. That would be selling out.
fuck that. No.
Yeah, fuck that.
Ludwig was like, he was like,
You
we were talking about
hardcore
like community,
grassroots
like
boy.
his Twitter and like his fucking YouTube channel, which
What?
I like his YouTube.
Oh, I
but
don't really watch his
I don't
shit.
even know he had a YouTube
he
show.
does. It's fire.
That's-
It's got
It's got content?
the ones
Does it have content?
he has like top 10 videos, which are huge sellout. But he has like ones about him, which are fine. Anyway,
He's
I'm
the
like,
Watch Mojo
I'm like,
Melee,
Ludwig,
dude.
you just sell out, dude. You're a shill, right? Like, I have integrity. He's like, yeah. Well, how many viewers your fucking YouTube channel have? I'm like, not that many, right? So
Yeah.
it was this eternal battle between like.
He's like, I have
integrity.
results.
But he's
Yeah,
about
that's exactly what
but
he
he's
said.
about the numbers.
He is, and that's
Dude,
what he said. He's like,
oh.
oh shit, you have integrity. Well, people listen to me, and I'm like, fuck, you're right. Like, it was a very important conversation, I think, to have, and I think I'm ready to shill.
Guy gets
Dude,
on a
this-
Mop Bob highlight
Yeah, but
reel
that's-
once.
He,
You know
no, he
what?
made
Like,
it.
That was
I
right
respect-
place.
I
That was
respect
right place,
Ludwig.
right time.
Dude,
Just
like
saying.
a lot of kids in Australia, when I got my sponsorship, I'd see them at the local and they'd be like, dude, it's fucking so dope that you're sponsored now, man. That's crazy. Like, I wish I would be sponsored. And they're like, when they hit you up, man? And I was like, they didn't hit me up. I wrote them a very long proposal and I sent it to them because I wanted to be part of their
Well,
team.
that's cool because that's based on your skill.
But he's like, when they hit you up, bro, like when the check come through, they just send it. Like, at what point did they just send you a jersey and let you go places?
Right.
And I was like, people don't just call you trying to give you money. Like, you have
Well,
to
I
tell
mean-
them why you're worth it.
sometimes they do.
Yeah, you have to be a very, very, very big
But
deal.
you're
for that.
right. I
And
know
you
what
don't-
you're saying.
You're not going to get the best deal for yourself either if you're waiting for the people who are calling. Because
Right.
the big dogs aren't calling.
That's
like,
actually what.
Like,
yeah.
what a big house going to like, oh, we need commentators. Go down the list of guys. Oh, there's that slime guy from SoCal. They're like, no, we've got 100 and we're just going to pick the ones we like. And if they don't show us a reel, fuck them.
I just say like the idea of a reel fucking pisses me off because I don't think commentary is that.
It
like,
shouldn't be like, oh, here's my best bits.
Right. But it has to be that way because
Yeah.
and you don't want
It's
fucking.
the combo video of Melee. It's like, this isn't my game. This isn't me outsmarting him in neutral or like learning a matchup. It's just like the time he DI'd in and I look like a madman. you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What sucks about commentary too is like sending a reel is normally you're gonna be sending something with like someone you like commentating with. You know, like
Yeah, they'll put you with some dick.
random dude, and you might just like flop. And
No, but
suck.
he's probably a shill as well in the Melee community.
That's the
So
beauty.
what he's-
That's the
what
beauty.
he's
You
gonna
can
do-
chill together.
Yeah, what he's gonna be like, hey brother, like he's gonna assist you with all your bits so that he looks good in his next
I'm saying
reel.
it sucks that you like build your commentary resume and are probably like super good and like do it with homies and
Yeah,
people
but
you
building
like,
it at a local level, it
and
has
then
to
you
be
have
like
to
that.
and then you have to commentate with Compa at Bigger Buck. For a
Hey,
bit.
that'd be fire. Compa is a good lad now.
Dude, but like if you get
I love
put on to
Compa.
do like pools or something at
poor,
Big House,
poor Compa, dude.
it's gonna be like everyone's the homie TM at that level.
True.
You know, like you're not gonna get.
There's a lot more leeway.
It's not gonna be like random P9 kid tells you about how he doesn't like Ma.
Here's the thing,
Like,
though.
everyone's gone through that process.
What's cool about SoCal is that like I've commentated SFAT versus Johnny,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
and that's like that's an opportunity that
With
like
Alex 19
people in
as well,
Missouri
you
don't
know.
get. And they might want to be on Big House commentary, but they haven't. All they've commentated was Frito versus
Cheeto,
Yeah.
Cheeto.com.
and like it was just literally who could lose fastest.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm ready to shill. Ludwig convinced me, guys, it's time to shill.
No.
Honestly,
I don't.
if you guys could see this house, like what's around us right now, you'd realize it's time
There's
to chill.
fucking flies on the lighting fixture.
There's fucking
I'm freaking
jars
out,
of
dude.
bag spaghetti pasta everywhere.
They have so much Prego. I don't even know what it's called.
Jet is sitting right next to the open bin
Yeah.
in our
There's
kitchen.
literally he's 2 feet from an open trash can.
There's a bunch of whey protein. I don't even know who works out in this fucking
Oh,
house.
whoa, come on, man. It's clearly me.
It's clearly him
clearly
and
him.
not Stud Muffin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whose tag is
Yeah,
Stud Muffin.
Muffin.
Who's also
lives here now.
Jack.
Yeah.
Fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Go ahead, watch
Beau-
the Peppa Screw battle for that
Beautiful
one.
man. Oh,
If you
true.
want some snaps of that bod.
It's not yeah,
Body
tr-
shaming every other member of
that's
FD.
that's right. That's why we picked him.
Yeah.
We had Cream. Cream's pretty jacked.
He's not
You guys
stud jacked,
you guys
though.
don't want to say Cream's jacked, but
He's not. The joke is like thick seed Kramer, but like he could get some more gains.
Yeah.
He's like he's
not
looking cut, but he's,
he's not
not looking
cut.
Mass,
He's
dude.
not
Cut.
looking thick. Right?
Yeah.
he's cut though. Like
That's
you guys,
chill.
It's you
That's
know,
a
you know what?
joke.
I think saying Kramer isn't somewhat jacked is like saying Ringler isn't like, good at melee. It's what Claremont boys want to believe, and it's just not true anymore.
Look, I'm not saying Kramer's not jacked. I'm just saying that he could be jackeder.
Yeah, he could be more jacked.
He could be more jacked for as much of it as identity.
He just
as
needs
it
more
is.
mass.
He loves.
You
Yeah, I know. I
That's
agree.
all
more
I'm saying.
mass.
Maybe he cut the bulk a little too early, but that's beside the point. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people around here who are the same people who want you to believe that Ringler still sucks at Melee, want you to also believe that Kramer's a fucking doughboy bitch.
No one's saying that. But
Enough about men's muscles. As much as I love talking about it. Sorry, I didn't. I just wanted to say that.
no,
I didn't
you
even-
shouldn't chill.
No, you should chill.
No, fuck
Dude,
that.
no. You're being that kid who's like, so when they send you the check, man, and it's like, no, I had to message them. It's like
I'm
nobody.
not like that. I'm just saying you also shouldn't chill.
We should all
Why?
go to
What's
the,
wrong
we
with
should-
shilling, Dawson? What's wrong?
Dude, sometimes if you want to make it in this fucking business where, dude, Redditors pay the bills.
That's true.
Those O2 motherfuckers, the Dreamland
Dude, look,
clappers.
listen,
did
my
you
stream's grassroots as hell, and guess what? I got 12 subs, so run and tell that.
did you have people
Sure.
clapping next to you to the fucking Dreamland
Yeah,
thing?
these boys
You
exist.
couldn't stop them this time. They kept fucking doing it. You couldn't stop them.
No, like,
and it was like, yep, now we got to live with this. The
That's it.
Redditors are here and they're fucking clapping.
No, but like,
You're the reason why Evo Japan isn't happening.
No.
Just saying.
no. The Redditors
The
are the reason
clappers,
why
not
it
you.
might. The Redditors are the reason why it might.
No, Evo.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
dude.
No,
they
dude.
pay the fucking bills,
Dude,
dude.
legit. When you look at the
When the moon wants to get in Summit, it's fucking Redditors paying those bills.
no, and also like
And his-
when we love to go
and his
around,
bars.
like when we love to
Yeah.
go around and be like, top 8 had 130,000 viewers. Not all of those guys come fucking 7th at their local or
No.
like win their local. Not all of
They
them
go
have
a
been
hot O2. They buy a shitload of merch. They have a bunch of custom controllers that they can't fucking do anything on.
either that or they don't even go to the local, man.
Yeah, dude.
They
They
go to
don't-
Evo once a year, maybe, and they're clapping.
They
heard
get a
the
picture
memes.
with M2K.
Yeah,
Ah, what's up?
Okay, I was
yeah.
actually talking about this
like these people matter.
with Jet on the car ride. How people need to realize,
Not
at
all
least
of
if
them
you're,
are OGs,
if you're a
dude.
TO, I'm the O2 champion. I'm the champion of the O2 shitters, making them feel at
No,
home.
that's me. Oh no,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah. They're
he-
champion.
Yeah,
They're
champ-
banner man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm their.
I'm the best of them.
Yeah.
Run and tell it.
I'm the best
know
player
that
who gets sniped in that
the
second
moon-
round.
the-
loses.
The moon set had me thinking.
I win. I mean,
had me thinking real hard.
Thinking I
like-
can move up a little
yeah,
bit. Right?
I was like, he deserved that 4th seed. No, but like, they matter, but like, spectatorship also matters. And
yeah, and they are the spectators. Is the Redditors.
yeah, but I'm talking about even like normies. Getting normies into it is like,
Yeah,
big
and
deal.
and the way
Yeah.
they get into it is through combo.
but I don't think
videos,
like that
through
you
Scars
shill to do
highlight
that.
reels.
I think shilling turns away normies.
No,
No.
no.
Really?
Normies
You
fucking love shilling because they see Chudat do this and they think it's fucking hilarious,
And that's-
even though it's a stupid
Really?
fucking bit
Dude,
that's not funny at all.
Chillin' dude's gone on camera and he's like, he was
least
being
chill
interviewed at Evo, and I watched the interview, and they're like, so you and Chudat obviously have a very unique fan base right now, and it's great that he's like, yeah, shout out to the fans. He's like we're doing big things, and he was like, yeah, when we first released the raps, like when I first did that rap, like I was just wasted, and I thought like I wrote it, and we kind of got this idea together because I had a lot of things going on in my head about the Leffen crew battle, and I just thought it'd be really funny. And he's like, now we've realized that the fans have like reacted to this content in such a strong way that like we're trying to find out other ways where we can do stuff that they're gonna love as much as that. And he's like, that's what me and Chudat, as much as trying to be players, is like we're trying to be thinking of ways where like we can make more raps because people obviously love that, but what else would they love?
They love being entertained.
It's like
Yeah.
cooking someone up a pizza and they're like, I love pizza.
But
And then you
also-
cook him up. It's Chong, dude. He loves pizza. He loves pasta.
Like, we
He
he loves-
really does.
We
You
get
can
to the
cook him up
top
some
of the show
content.
list.
Chong was a fan of the podcast before I even met him.
Yeah.
And like, you know what's funny? My friend Scott lost to a podcast fan in pools, and we always joke that like podcast fans are actually just bad at the game and never play. And he lost to one. This guy was actually really good. Shout outs to anyone who like came up to me and said, "I think the podcast is good." Because
This Evo, you got people.
yeah, no,
Oh,
it was
means,
awesome.
That's
that
it.
means a lot. I've had some
It was
comments about the podcast as well that have all been positive.
It's fire. Thank you guys. But anyway, so
just
th-
got called a
this
thought
guy
a lot.
this guy beat Scott. And I just roasted him for, even though he was actually good and he
Yeah.
deserved the win. It was just like, dude, you lost to a fucking podcast fan. Like, he came up to me and said that the podcast was good, and then he beat your ass. Like,
But if I would do the
they're
same
growing
thing,
up. You guys
like,
are growing up. It's awesome.
If I ever got like ridiculously good at Melee, I'm still gonna hit like if there was any way where I got good enough to like beat the best foxes at Fox Dittos, I'd still be like, dude, I'm a big fan. Like I've learned a lot watching you. Like
Yeah, no.
and then if you win and like if you did win, it's like, oh, like this is cool, but sorry.
That's the thing too. But I've always felt like this podcast is sort of a shill job as well, but like a more honest shill job. Like, you know how Mango's a shill, but he's an honest one.
That's the thing.
People,
I think
I think the word shill has been like you guys are associating it with negative content.
Well,
that you kind of have to force feed the viewer. It's like, you know, like feeding a dog a pill and a piece of ham.
There's like
that's not what this podcast is at all.
Stop. When I think of honest shill, I think of like Norwalk. Honest shills.
They
like,
are. Straight
and then
up.
when I think of like the king of just Shillington, it's Hbox.
Dude, fuck
Oh,
Hbox, dude.
But he is a shill.
He's a fucking master shill.
You know how many people just have the stupid ass green bandanas?
He's
It's stupid.
but no, when you get that good, you have a following, and those kids, it's like
That's
you're
the
not-
wrong kind of shill.
you're
dark
not
shilling.
That's the dark shill.
you're not like
I don't like the dark shill.
like Music King. Like
The dark shill
is Music King's entire
equivalent to a not
personality
shill
a
bit.
shill then? Because kids come up to him and they're
No,
like,
'cause he's
"Lol,
honest.
M2K."
He's honest.
No, because he's honest. He has no reason to shill. He
and that's
just
why
is himself.
Hungrybox kind of sucks. Is because everything he does feels dishonest at
That's
least.
true.
Exactly.
That's
And
It's the dark shill.
No. So you're just saying that.
And I'm not saying Ludwig is a dark shill, but you ride that fine line when he starts shilling.
You do.
You-
No, Ludwig is a straight up
Dude,
motherfucker, but he's
so-
also a
so-
silver-tongued
There's honesty.
ape.
There's honesty, but I'm saying once you start getting deep in, once you get lost in the sauce,
So are
you wake
saying
up
that,
and you become the monster that you never wanted to
Are
be.
you saying that monetizing in any way is
no,
shilling?
no. That well,
I
sort
yes.
of.
I,
Like, it's like
It's not.
short answer
If
no,
I have a
long
sub,
answer yeah.
so
That's
if,
it.
if I have a sub button and I never mention it and people click it
that's
sometimes.
chill. That's fucking chill.
But like
If I never advertise the podcast, but I do the podcast anyway, that's chill.
and you're
Yeah.
gonna get like, but we don't make like. There's no money
know.
being made. This
I
is
know.
free entertainment.
I know.
Why would you want nobody to watch?
Some things need to be free though.
It's not that I don't want people to watch it.
I
It's just
agree,
that
Dorsey.
I
Everything's
hate
free.
advertising.
You do.
I literally
And
work
it's because
in
you-
advertising
it's
for my
because you
real
hate
job.
What we do.
I don't
Deep
hate
down.
what we do. I hate the idea of selling something.
Self promotion is
Yeah.
not a big part of your personality.
This
just
guy's
isn't.
afraid to post it to SoCal Melee. He
Fuck that.
refuses. SoCal Melee, dude. It's like whatever.
Dude, I'd be posting it on Reddit, World Melee, like funny melee clips.jpg. Like I'd be posting it to like mums play melee with newborn baby.
Oh,
MILF Hunter Melee
Yeah.
on Chatterbait.
r/melee players over 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
I don't know.
Th- it's like
just a
it's like-
philosophical idea.
yeah.
But
And-
yeah, you guys when asked about like what is like Chillin' and Chew, kids wait for that stream to come on.
I think they're
Fuck
honest.
those
though.
kids. I'm not friends
I
with
hate
them.
them. I hate them.
I fucking do.
Their choice of entertainment isn't the same as mine.
I've always been that way, though. I've always been the guy that's like, when people start to like a band that I like, it hurts a little bit. I
Oh,
don't know why.
You're
It
on
just-
a date with a girl and she likes the boss, and you're like, I can't do it anymore.
Dude, liking the boss is different. All right.
yeah, it is.
I think
I literally
get-
stopped dating a
Dude,
girl
I
because
think-
she liked Bruce
Bruce-
Springsteen
Dude, I think
and
that
had
means
albums.
she's-
That is the darkest shill.
That's not shilling. That's me
That's love in
saying
America, baby.
that liking Bruce Springsteen is dark shill.
Yeah.
No.
That's the core of Dark Shill. He's the original Dark Shill.
He really is. He sold America
Bo-
back to its own fat
Born in
ass.
the USA, dude, that is the darkest shill you could do. During
Yeah.
Vietnam, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that
Eat
What
a dick, Bruce
What a
Springsteen.
fucker.
That's why I had to. I had
Dude,
to
I
say,
feel
"Hey,
like-
look, I don't want to see it."
Yeah.
I feel like girls who are down with the boss though, like they're down to get dirty too. Like side note,
Yes,
yeah,
they literally are.
Yeah.
But I feel like no
Not
girl
worth it.
who's gonna be like, oh, like that's not me, like not on the third date, is listening to the boss. Like I feel like she's ripping your pants off if she listens to the boss.
Yes, but it's not worth it.
I like not being from here. I like that dirty Americana. Like
That-
I'd be with that.
ghoulish Americana.
Yeah, I'd be
Let's
with that,
reel the
like-
bit back a bit.
All
Cool
right.
it off.
No, that makes sense. If I was down under,
And you
with
met a
Rinse
Sheila,
and, Rinse and
and,
Sheila,
and she had a Midnight Oil album that you thought was whack.
if she was really into Flume,
Hey, listen,
Maybe
let's
goes
not
to
drag.
maybe goes to a
Flume into
speed
this.
running competition or something.
what? We can't talk about Rinse and Birds.
No, we can't. I want to, but I'm saying don't bring Flume into this.
Fuck. Where are we?
Miles and Slime's excellent adventure.
Oh, let's go with you guys.
Oh, okay, this is a good one.
We had quite a time. So when top 8 ended, Miles was already getting sauced.
I was pretty lit, left and lost, and I was 2 combos in the Vegas combo. You know, 2 tall boys in a shot.
Done deal.
They give it to you, right, for like $11. It's like a combo that apparently exists all over Vegas. So I was 2 combos in.
Okay.
2 stocks down.
So that's 4, 2 stocks down.
I'm like had like 10 standard drinks or something. And then Lud says he doesn't want to finish his second shot while we're at poker, so of course I'm going to have it.
Poor Ludwig, by the way. He was taking bad beats the whole trip, really.
Oh,
he went down like day 1, and you don't want to do that, right? And so that was what sucked, because if Ludwig was up, we would have all had such a funner time. But he was just constantly in this. You could see it in his eyes.
He
like,
wanted to be positive.
He's still witty. He's still like hanging out, but there's just like sadness in
the
his eyes.
sparkle's
He's
not
just
there.
Like you can tell every couple seconds he's just thinking about how down he is or something.
Yeah, no, because he
Fuck,
was
come on,
down
man.
as hell. Like,
So yeah, but so we team up after.
oh, that's a few stories away. But I mean,
What happened? What do you mean?
we were playing poker. Lud went down some more. He left.
You guys
Johnny
bet it
Kim?
all on, or like Pepe's. In
Oh,
general.
that was
yeah,
before.
I
the
think
first
that,
night.
let's start with that.
The hour we walk into Mandalay Bay, we hit the ATM and we're all withdrawing money because I'm like, guys, let's all just throw in like 100 on black. A lot of these guys never gambled
Yeah,
before.
so this is like some boy's first rodeo.
Yeah.
You know? Like we're watching him lose it to this.
What a
roulette
way.
table.
Yeah. So we hit the ATM and we start playing it like a slot machine. Like I was like going into checking.
Yeah, it was like
and
each boy would step up to the plate to bat. You know? He'd be like, oh, how
like,
much?
"Ah!"
Yeah, someone pressed like 500.
Yeah.
And people would be like,
just go wild, right?
yeah, we were just like, what's a
He was wilding out.
no, like super hot fire, you know, all those guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was very Arizona sweet tea. I drink that.
Yeah.
Oh. So we get all our money and everyone basically throws down and we put like 540 on black because James had only 40 on him. So it was a hot 540. Put it on black.
And
Shit hits.
of course, it's a fantasy story. Like these boys, their first time goes like great. They're loving it. They're like loving the rush. Like we don't just get, you know, that like the first time has to be beautiful with gambling.
I'm
doesn't
so
it? 'Cause
so
it's like,
glad.
It's the opposite of like anything else for the first time. You always suck at it and you walk away from it being like, that did not go the way I thought it would.
Yeah.
Most of the first times of anything, like riding a bike.
Riding a bike, you fall down.
Yeah, playing Melee. You like
It's
train a lot
also-
at your house. You go to a tournament. It's going to be
Get
great. Oh,
fucking
get
destroyed.
crushed.
It's 0 hours, so this like sets the like.
This sets the tone for the
tone of-
weekend.
yeah, exactly.
If we get swept, everyone's sad at dinner, but this has us like.
I
hyped
can't
for the
believe I
night.
fucking did that, you guys. Like someone
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
that.
someone's
exactly.
someone's sooking like way harder.
It went
than
away
else.
so fast.
Yeah, like you guys just made me do that. I
And
don't
like
get it.
they,
What's
that-
so fun about this?
that pain when it just gets when they're like 3 red and it just gets swept
Yeah.
into the pit,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, no more. That's
Yeah.
the end of the game.
But it didn't go that way.
But you didn't feel that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hit.
In-
Everyone popped off. we were
Instead,
loving
it was like, you watch porn your whole life, and then on prom night, it's just like that, right?
Yeah, everybody's had that experience, right?
Yeah,
That's
guys?
what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah.
it was like for them. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like they were just superstars.
Not awkward at all. So they hit, and we were all fucking screaming. And the casino was actually like, all right, you guys got to chill out. Don't do that again.
And I was like, don't you ever shush me again.
Guys, it's like 9 a.m. You guys gotta chill out.
It was in the afternoon. So they hit, and then we all go out to pizza. And Ludwig comes to eat pizza with us, and he's already down. So he's already
He didn't get in on this 100, everyone in for the 100. He was
Ooh.
playing poker and like losing stacks already.
Yeah. And
That's
he showed up
rough.
to pizza in a bad mood, and I was like, fam, no. Like, I felt like shit, because you
And
don't
then
your boys.
you and me 1/3 of the 100 like warriors and lost it.
That's right, we did. So we took the 100, we won, hit it on first third. We didn't hit it. We just put it
Yeah.
down, and we said, let's ride. Bye-bye.
Sometimes
It
you die
happens.
when you ride.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
do.
When you
So,
live by the gun, dude.
Yeah.
It happens.
Anyway, so we went.
but like we're big
even-
boys. We got jobs,
Yeah.
so it's like
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't have a job.
Previous jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a sponsorship.
Yeah,
Right?
They
that's
just
who's
came right
paying
up
for
to
my
him.
gambling.
So
Straight up. When
so
you
yeah.
come when you come 96 at Evo, dude, it's all paid for.
Yeah.
So what happened? We split off. The Saturday night. No. Friday night. Thursday night.
Jeez.
I forgot. Friday night. I link up with Combo Fest.
Oof.
Who we,
My man.
Whose side note we find out is an absolute monster.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disclose the figure, but there was a figure that he was apparently down,
And it was large.
It was fucking large. He is actually the biggest legend I've ever known in my entire life and will ever know.
Like, we were down, and we were, like, kind of licking our wounds about it on, like, day 2.
Yeah, we were bummed.
And we heard this number, and we were like, oh, I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
He's, like, in the abyss.
It was the fucking, like, the next level abyss. Anyway, so
I fucking love Paul.
dude, he's wild.
So much.
So Friday night, me and him link up.
Catch him
And
never,
Anto.
catch him never being a bitch either. Like, the entire weekend I saw him.
I never saw him moping, ever. Didn't mope.
Not a moper.
Everyone should be more like Combo Fest
It's
and
true.
or Anto.
And or Anto. Except, yeah. No.
Anto.
No.
Anto's always slaying and or loving his girlfriend.
So
that's perfect.
me and Paul sit down
Jesus.
at blackjack. There's no other smashers. Usually, like, you link up with other smashers and you lose together or whatever. And
I mean, losing or winning together, I think, is the greatest thing about Evo.
It really
and
is.
gambling. Like,
It brings you closer, no matter what happens.
Because gambling is like a mid-tier thing. Like, it's kind of shitty. You can lose a lot of money. You will if you do it long enough.
Yep.
And but when you're with the boys,
It doesn't hurt as bad.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's a wild ride, and you're all in there together. And if you do it responsibly, you can have a great time.
So me and Paul, not responsibly, hit blackjack, and we're fucking. The dealer's hitting like every third hand hits blackjack, and we're just like losing our asses. Paul started out with the gold chip, which are $1,000, and that shit was gone. I lost like 500, and then I Venmo'd Paul for more money because I couldn't withdraw anymore. So like, give me 200, I'll give you 220, and it's in Venmo, like, LOL, we're gonna fucking go broke, ha 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 ha. Lose that. We both just bust out on Friday night, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm
busted that Friday. This was Friday night.
Yeah,
oh,
man.
after I left.
Yeah, I was fucking bummed. That's why I was so bummed when we after top 8. So I'm busted out. I'm like, all right, man, I think I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. He's like, all right, Slime. And we just kept saying run it up the whole night. Like, the dealer hit blackjack on our like $50 hand. Be like,
run it up,
run it
man.
up, run it up.
It's like that scene in Harry Potter where he's feeding him the drink that's gonna kill him. You know, he's feeding Dumbledore that drink that's gonna kill him, and he's like, the next one's gonna fix it, man. And he, like, both of them know what's gonna happen, but he's just like telling him, like, the next one's gonna make it better.
Run it up, Dumbledore.
Run it up.
And I'm busted out, and I assume Paul went to bed, but apparently he didn't, which is fucking legend. So anyway, Saturday night, I'm down. I'm fucking down. I think I get down to my last 100 or 2. I loaned Miles some money.
This was Saturday night after top 8.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about Friday night.
That was Friday night. You weren't even there.
No. I'm saying, side note, for my whole weekend, I was playing poker, making money.
Oh,
like,
yeah. He would just farm poker.
I was like going to poker, making like half a buy-in, a full buy-in. Side note, I've only lost one poker session in my entire time in Las Vegas, and it was because I literally tried to lose.
For the Lamaus.
You were there.
For the fucking memes.
You were there.
Yeah, no, we were on opposite
Dude,
tables.
I showed you my hand, and I was like, you came around, and I was like, I know I'm beat, but I just hate this guy, and I know I'm 70-30 underdog. And he was like, he was all in for like another like 80, and the pot was already like 300 or something, and I was like, I
So
know I'm
stupid.
so far behind, but I just want to see the look on this man's face when I roll over this piece of shit hand.
You had a couple outs.
Yeah, no, I had
know?
outs. That's why I did it. I knew I was like, I knew I was
so
70-30 to beat it, like, well, 30-70 with
Right.
me on the bad end of it. But I was like, if this hits, it's just gonna break his heart, and that's what I want.
And it didn't. But yeah.
So anyway, the whole weekend I was making money playing poker and being like, all right, cool, now I've got this money, and then the table games would be right there, and I'd be like, let's go play a little table games with the boys. Dump it instantly playing blackjack, go back to playing melee, and then I'd be like, oh, I'll go play a little poker. Have another great session playing poker. Someone would be like, hey, dude, let's hit the pit. I would dump it again. And then on Saturday night, I was like, what if I just play and then don't dump it? And then I dumped it playing poker deliberately and then went to the pit and won in the pit.
Yeah.
The only time I won in the pit was that final night. And it brought me like way above even for the trip.
It was so me and Ludwig and Miles were sitting in the sports book talking shit, and
that was great, actually.
it was great. He was still so sad. I felt so
I was
bad.
drunk, he was sad, and you were just looking at the names of horses on the board.
pretending they were my dick.
Yeah.
So we were all like, "Fuck it, guys, let's go play some poker, lads." And so we were waiting because we signed up, so we're waiting for a seat to open up. So we all get on different tables. We sit there for, I think, like 2-3 hours. We were playing poker.
I played solid for that entire time.
Until-
drunk, and I was berating that
until the memes.
bold dealer as well.
Whoever the fuck, if you were playing poker at Evo, you probably came across Scott with the fucking mohawk.
Dude, you know what? I called that Scott. I was like, Scott, what do you like? You golf, Scott? Because like golf's huge in Las Vegas, and I love to golf. And he was like, no. And I was like,
He was
yeah.
such a fucking.
I was like, do
What
you
a
do you
dick.
play games, Scott? And he's like, no. I was like, do you know anything about Evo, Scott? He's like, no. And I'm like throwing my cards to him and like joking around with the entire table and stuff. I'm like in a great mood, but being like annoyingly drunk at this point. Like I was having fun.
Didn't they tell you to stop saying cunt?
Probably, yeah.
That's what they. You said that. You're like, yeah. He's like, told me to stop saying cunt. I didn't want to do it.
Yeah, no. I was getting on Scott's nerves because he was being a little party pooper, and it was Saturday night, and I was trying to have some fun. So I was like riling him up, doing all the things he didn't want me to do. Like he was like, "Don't splash the pot." I was like heaving my chips in there. I was like the guy that he hated.
Just fucking with.
Yeah, just destroying him. I was like, "What do you like, Scott? Like you like something, you sad fuck." And then I called it from like miles away. I'm like, "You like Rick and Morty? It's your favorite TV show, and you watch it with your girlfriend." And he's like, "Yes to all of these things." And I was just like, "Get out of here, Scott."
The thing is, he deserved it because he was such a smug dick.
Yeah.
You know, like he sat down. I bet out a turn by accident. Like there were because the person that was next to me was kind of
Like
sitting
holding
back.
his cards
Yeah,
in a place you
and
can
I
see.
kept like forgetting that they were in the hand, and so I'd bet out a turn and be like, "That's an interesting way to play it." And I was like,
It's like this is a 1-2 game,
Yeah,
and
just like-
there's drunk people at the table. Like
"It's like fucking
it's
chill."
like going to a children's birthday party and being like, "Ooh, 4 snakes, huh? That's a lot of candy." Gonna have a 5th one? Ooh, that's a lot of calories in those snakes.
I told him, I was like, "So what? You one of those dealers that just roasts everybody?" He's like, "Yep." I'm like,
Yeah.
Fuck this guy and fuck his mohawk, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh. I don't
Listens
like
to
that guy.
new
If
metal
you're-
at home and watches Rick and Morty. His girlfriend beats up on him verbally, and he just fucking takes
Fucking
it.
takes it every day.
Anyway,
So yeah. So we're playing. We played 2-3 hours, all on separate tables. Ludwig just disappears. I'm like, bye, babe.
he went. I think he went home.
I called Nieper down because I wanted to get the CRT from my room to his car, all this bullshit. But I called Nieper down and then I make him sit there while I play like one more hand, and then just keep playing one more hand.
Yeah, we said one more hand a few times.
So anyway, I finally got off the table. I'm actually up in poker, which is cool. I played with Johnny, took him for a check, and then he took me for a check. I took Paul for a check, bounced him off the
that's
fucking table.
horrible.
That sucked.
That
Paul was on the
sucks.
table. He called, and I hit a king on the river for a boat, and he was like, "All right, see you guys." Like, fuck, dude, not you.
Your lad, dude.
Yes.
The lad.
Yes.
And like a guy that we were all rooting for that weekend.
Yes. And he took it to me. I shouldn't have been calling, but
Yeah,
whatever.
he had you beat too.
Yep.
And you had to spike it on him like that.
It was fucking stupid. I shouldn't have won the hand. Anyway, so we get off, and Miles, I go up to Miles. I'm like, "Hey man, you want to hit roulette? You want to go fuck around a little bit?" And he's like, wasted. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna do this one for the fucking memes." Just you shove, he shoves. That was funny.
You saw the hand. I showed you the hand.
Yeah,
I think
it was-
it was like a 7 and an 8.
It
I
was-
had one pair. I knew he had top pair, and I was like, "Look at me hit this 8, baby! Woo! Like, you know what's coming." I was like legit.
not.
I played, dude, as drunk as I was, I played like 3 hours of pretty solid poker, and I think I played pretty well over the weekend. Like that was. It really hurts me unless I'm really, really drunk to make a poker play for the memes. It hurts my soul. Like if I know something's a bad decision, it's like very difficult.
we
for me
walked
to get
away.
me to
You
do
were
it.
just lighting a cigarette, saying that was just for the fucking Lamaus. Like, all right, man.
It really hurts me
Hell
unless
yeah.
I'm like that wasted to like make really bad poker plays, because I used to have like legitimate like
You were a poker
my
player.
my entire thing was like I would make like a 5-cent mistake in like medium stakes games, and me and my coach would argue about it for like 2 hours, and we'd be like, "No, it's good because of this," and he'd be like, "No, actually like this," and it would be like plus or minus like 10 cents, and we would violently argue about it. And so like if I know something's a bad decision, it just hurts my soul so much. But that's how you know that I was wasted, is because I was legit like putting it in knowing I was behind for the
for the
memes.
fucking memes. So we it's me, Nieper, and Miles, and we're up, and so I take my winnings.
I think at this point I'm like
I'm up.
I'm like
You were technically up, I think.
I think I'm up like a very small amount for the trip. I took 500 with me, and I think I have like most of it.
Okay.
Like over the entire weekend. Like I'd been up and down.
So what happened was I took my poker winnings. I'm still down like 800-900, and I'm fucking bummed, but I still have like 100 in poker. I'm like, let's run this up, as they say. And so
You and me go on a tear, like right out of the gate.
I put it on. Well, what happened first? I put it on like black or some shit. Fucking lose it. I'm mad. I hit the ATM. I'm like, let's go. You lost some money.
There was a point where both of us on that night, I had like 500, like, or 4 left. I think I had like 450 left. Like, poker didn't really affect. I think, yeah, for the weekend I had like 450, and you and me dump it.
We dumped it quick.
We dumped
You
like
borrowed money from me.
yeah, and I knew taking that 200 off you that I was gonna be 700 for the trip if we were to lose that 200.
Okay, so yeah, he borrows money. We fucking dump it. It's looking bad, right? I'm down like 9, I think, $1,000, and I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
like,
no.
I worked for this money. I'm fucking
did you
mad.
lose that extra money that we then gambled after that? Because I think that 200 took me back up, dude. Like, I wasn't done. When we made the meme stack,
Right.
I had money still.
Okay. So there was two instances. I took $20 from Miles because I was gonna I gave him 20 for lunch and then for food, and then I had 20. So I'm like, well, while Miles is blowing his shit, I'm gonna go play some blackjack. I run $20 up to 500.
No. We each kicked in for it.
No,
knowing
this
what
was
it was gonna
before
be.
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ludwig was at the table.
Oh, I forgot you
You
did it
remember
once
that
before.
shit?
I left you guys.
Yeah,
And
I was on my lonesome. I just run 20 up to 500, and I'm freaking the fuck
You're
out.
nuts, dude.
I'm like, this can't be happening. Like this, I don't deserve this. Ludwig was literally like, "Don't look so disappointed, man." I'm like,
Lud's
sorry.
like literally ready to shoot you in the head.
Yeah.
I was because like sometimes I just sit out a hand, and then I hit on like a 16. It was a bus card.
And you know that 5's coming.
Yeah, and it was like, oh man, I shouldn't have hit, and they were like, I looked like a fucking legend. Anyway, so I run up to 500. I'm like, holy shit, Miles, look what happened, and all this shit. And Miles is up a little bit, and so
I came back up a bit, yeah.
we're walking around, we're feeling good. Neeper's there, it's great.
At this point,
Neighbors.
the night has taken like a very steep turn up.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm back up 5. Like, I'm sitting pretty. I don't want to jinx this anymore.
I think I was sitting pretty decent too.
So me and Miles have a bunch of blue chips. They're $1 chips.
Yeah.
So we're like,
I've been to Vegas, dude.
well, I don't know. It's Mandalay.
Different casinos do different.
Yeah.
So we got some $1 chips.
I've been to Mandalay.
We're like, I'm sorry. So we're like, let's pool this together.
We've done it once. Well, we've seen Slime do it once.
Saw me do
Yeah.
it. Let's just run it up for the fucking memes.
Run it up.
Run it up. We take this fucking meme
You
stack.
and me are in for like 8 each, or like
No, you
10
threw in.
each?
He threw in like 13.
Yeah,
I threw
13.
in 7. Neeper was there, so I promised I'd kick him 10% just for being a good lad,
Just being part of the action.
The moral
just being a
shill.
pretty boy.
No,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we need a. I think we both sort of came to the conclusion that like Neeper was left out of the action and we needed to get him back in somehow.
Yeah,
Like,
What was
we needed
Neighbor
to-
doing?
He was just
he
busting.
was
sleeping?
wasted. All Claremont was so drunk, and he got really drunk and vomited for an
Neighbor
hour
I
and
don't
then
know.
came
just
downstairs.
turned 21.
I don't know what those
before
guys
this
were doing.
Vegas,
I think
right?
they were
Yeah.
just like chugging vodka in the room.
Yeah, they were getting off. Everyone was hugging the toilet, I guess, in their room. I didn't go up there.
I
It
was-
smelled really bad when I went to get his keys, but yeah.
I've been drinking, but usually when I just drink beers, I can just like, I'll keep trucking.
Yeah,
I'll be
you're
fine
like a
till
diesel
like 6
engine.
6 a.m.
You run it up, dude. The others didn't know how to run it up.
They didn't. They just ran it straight
Ran
into
it
the
out.
fucking ground. They Paul Walkered it
Yeah.
real hard.
Anyway,
So
Fuck.
we rest in peace. So we take this hand and I'm just playing blackjack, dude. I'm doing the same thing.
and it's just actually like disgusting how free it looks. It's just like hit
It's like
after
I was
hit.
scamming the table.
Was
Yeah.
it at Scott's table?
No, this.
No. He was a poker dealer.
Okay.
So this one blackjack dealer almost kicked me the fuck out. Or the pit boss, because
Really?
because you remember when that guy split the 7s? This guy split 7s, and then he got more 7s or more double cards, and then split those, and then split more. It was wild. So there was all these fucking cards on the table. 'Cause
Oh, and you accidentally touched one of them?
I accidentally grabbed my chips because I hit blackjack immediately.
Yeah.
So
Obviously, we did.
yeah, because that's how I do it. So I go to grab my chips, but the hand wasn't done over here, and you're not allowed to do
yeah.
that. So I touch the chips, and she goes, "Oh, you can't do that." Fucking pit boss comes over here. He's like, "What the fuck? You just touch those chips? You just touch those chips? You're out. I'm gonna call security.
when
You'll be out of here."
I hate when casino staff get like really wild on people who are clearly like either novice. Like it's like, do you guys want everyone to know these rules hardcore?
Yeah, it's like
It's
I'm
like-
either
it's
drunk
late.
or I'm just a dumb kid.
And it's late. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, I thought the hand was over.
Yeah, I hit blackjack, and there's this weird anomaly of a split going on. Sorry for living. Anyway, he calls security, has him check the tape. I'm sitting there like, I'm going to get fucking kicked out. The dealer's like, you're not going to get kicked out. He's just like this. I'm like, all right, whatever. It was fine. Anyways, a
Because
little
they
bit of a
thought you were
scare.
like stealing chips off some of the 7s.
Yeah, they thought it was sniping. Anyway.
Holding chips.
We run that up to 300. We go over to roulette, and we fucking run it up some more, dude.
What did we do at roulette?
I don't know, red. Fucking no.
But like,
We didn't do
did
first,
we all in
third.
it though? I think
we just fucking all end at a certain
I think
point.
we were all standing around yelling the meme stack.
We put 300 on black, and
And
I
it
think
hit.
that hit, and we just hugged. We were like, and we didn't scream or anything. We were just like bring it in.
boys.
Like it was so sick.
At this point, I'm like chain smoking, only stopping to hug these guys and make roulette bets.
$8.50 off of $20. I give Miles 4 because he paid more in. I take 3 and then give 50 to Neeper for McChickens.
You got it.
I just kick him,
For McChickens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give him a little McChicken money. I think we gave Neeper like 80. Like we gave him like nearly 10%.
Yeah, and I'm back.
You're back.
I came back up from my bottom, and it was fucking beautiful.
You know why? Because you ran it up.
Fucking.
Because you never
like
stopped
Paul said.
running it up.
I was up like 4 at this point. Like the money I got from that was like all profit for the trip.
Fuck.
So I'm sitting there with like 9 or like $1,000 in my pocket. So we go to McDonald's just high. We're just loving life.
It was the greatest feel. Like the sun was coming
up.
It was fucking hot. It felt like shit, and we're just like we felt like we took this town, boys. Like we're
You
like
beat
fucking
the
500
you beat the
or something.
house.
Like it's
You
not
did
even
the
that much
impossible.
money,
But,
but
like,
we felt like
it just-
gods.
The ride that we'd been on and the way that there was a period where Slime was pulling out the last mic. I have to message people. I have a burner phone because I can't do two-step. I can't do.
As do I.
I can't do
nature of
two-step
being on the block.
authentication in this country.
Yeah.
So when I transfer money, it sends a message to my Australian number, which my dad has to be awake to send me the code, because I have my Australian burner phone at my parents' house in Australia. So whenever I'm making
For the
transactions,
kilos.
Yeah.
so whenever I'm making transactions here, I have to wait for my dad to be awake, and I knew he was sleeping, or that he'd be out at work. So I knew he wouldn't be able to answer the burner phone to transfer me more money if I needed. So I loaned money off Slime because I knew I wasn't going to be able to transfer anymore.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I busted that 200, that would
That
be,
was it for
it
you.
would be over, and I
Yeah.
would transfer Slime the money the next day when my dad would answer the burner phone. And
we made it, man.
and coming from that place to the McDonald's walk, it was just next level.
It was sick. Oh man! So we all ate McDonald's. I drove Neeper back to my place to pick up the CRT.
At McDonald's, we see a box of chicken nuggets, and it said like 12 nuggets on it, and we were like, "How many nuggets are?" It's like,
If there's nuggets or not in
yeah,
it.
yeah. I was like 3-1. There's no nugs. Like my 15, like my 45 to your 15. There's no nugs.
And I was like, I'll take that. Let's go. Neeper just walks over before we
Before
were discussing terms.
Yeah.
And he just walks over and picks it up, and he's like, "There's nuggets in it."
He starts eating the nuggets. I was
Stepped on the action immediately.
yeah, I was just like, how dare you, Nico?
So he wouldn't let us get down. Then we made him eat them because he stepped on the action.
Yeah, we were
and he
like-
did like a good boy.
Yeah, he's a legend. Anyways, we're walking back, and we have to go back through the casino to get to the car.
Yep.
And I see the roulette table.
And
out
Miles
of
is
the
like,
corner of my eye.
hold on real quick. Let me sit down real
I
quick.
stop these boys. They say, I want one last shot at this place. I've been putting money on first third on roulette all weekend, and it'd been doing nothing but miss. And I'm like, I know this is red 3 deal. I don't even fuck with me. I put my money on first third. I get 100 out of my pocket. I'm like, because like that's all of my profits money that I'm down to lose. Is this like, I'm gonna be either up 5 or 4.
A
if I lose
responsible
this.
gambler right now.
So I slide the chip onto first third, right? It hits first third. It's like red 3. Just
I don't have a piece of this action
just
at all.
like
Yeah.
just like
I'm
I
like,
was
I'm
saying.
good.
Dude, there was a point where I was up, like, where I started hitting, and I was like, Slime, I got to get you in here.
I said nope.
I was like, what percentage can I give you of this just for the meme?
Just for the yeah, and I took one, and then that's when it lost actually.
Oh, on that one when it missed by 1, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first 3 bets, I bet first third, it hits. I'm like, up the ladder, baby, let's go, Anna.
Payouts 3-1.
So I
Yeah.
got 300 now. I take that original 100, and I put it on second third, which is like 12 to 22 or something, 12 to 24.
Yeah.
And that hits as well. So I'm like, up the ladder, Amy, keep them coming. And we go to final third, which is like 24 to 36 or something. And that hits as well. So we went up the ladder, me and Amy. And now I've got 700.
Out of thin air.
Just to materialize this 700. And I'm wasted. I've already ordered another drink. I'm drinking again.
Neeper ordered another
some
drink.
Asian guy's giving me cigarettes. I'm smoking them. And
Here, take these.
And I change up. I get
Yeah.
5s. I get 5s for one of my 100s and just bet it all on numbers and clean brick. And then at some point, I just shoved it all in for like 5 on black, like 500 on black and a brick. So I'm like, let's go.
okay, I'm ready to go. It's like,
Later.
oh my god.
No, because like
It came and went so fast. as
I
it
read it
does.
up and I was like, I want to leave here with 1K off this table or nothing.
For the fucking memes. That's what we
Yeah.
kept saying.
When it ran up to 700, I was like, this is either going to the sky or nowhere.
So it happened.
It's Icarus, really.
So Neeper orders another drink, and it's like a AMF, which is
So-
pretty strong. They make them really strong at the casino. For
Mandalay
some
Bay.
reason, everyone was like, "Yeah, these fucking drinks are wild." Like,
I don't know why he specifically ordered that like blue cocktail.
yeah, I don't know. So he drinks it. He's supposed to drive me back, but instead I end up driving myself to my room or to my hotel to put my CRT in his car.
We go to Video Waffle's room first to get the key.
It's like a fucking party bomb went off. Like, lads are just asleep on the ground in their underwear. There's vomit on the toilet seat. It
was wild in there.
It was
Video
cashews.
Waffles wakes up.
Cashews?
Yeah, there was snacks everywhere. They were fucking went off. It was pretty cool. It was very Vegas, to be honest. But yeah.
Video Waffles wakes up, goes, "Oh, hey Miles, how you doing?" And then instantly falls back asleep before I can give him an answer.
Yeah. And he doesn't remember that. So anyway, I take Neeper back to my place. While I'm loading the CRT in my car, he pukes up all the McDonald's that we ate, so that's a waste of money. So he owes me for that. No,
Making him pay for that McDonald's.
Yeah.
no, he was like, I was driving him
We
back
shouted at McDonald's as well. You would not take no for an answer when we went to McDonald's.
for what?
I was trying to pay for. We were both arguing about who was going to pay for everything.
No, yeah, I put my foot down about that one. Sometimes you got to do it. So no, I drive Neeper back, and he's just like, I am a shell of myself. Like, he was fucked up. Like, it's like, I am not me right now.
Did you guys see me banging on the wrong door?
No.
I was Side note: when I got out of the car, I walked up what I thought was like the right path, and all of the houses looked the same in that neighborhood. I was one house over from where I needed to be, and I was banging on this door, and this cleaning lady's like, she started her job already because it's 6:30.
Yeah. Sun was out.
She's doing cleaning stuff in the next house, and I'm just like, "Yo, my friends won't let me in." She's like, "Nobody lives there. That's a storage lot. You're banging on a storage lot door." And I was like, "No, lady, this is where my fucking Airbnb is." Jesus. Like, I wasn't that rude about it, but I was like, "No, lady, I'm sleeping here. I just need to be let in." And she's like, "No, that's definitely an abandoned lot." I was like, "Well, maybe I'll take a second look." And then I walked down the street, and that's why I was laughing when I came into the house. Because I was just like, I was banging on a door in broad daylight that just wasn't my house for like 5 minutes.
So yeah, that was basically the brunt of our adventure. I'm sure there are other stories that have gone deeper, that have gone wilder, but
Oh, for the record, Combo Fest came all the way back.
yeah,
You ran
no.
it up?
Yeah, no.
On the
that's
final night,
the
we,
meme.
we left the casino at like 6 a.m. and he was still there.
We were like, uh-oh. You know, you're not going to tell a man how to live his life, but
Paul's a madman.
he came back from the depths.
From
Absolute
the depths.
The abyss, yeah.
The fucking abyss. So,
He's
yeah.
like, what's that fucking Lord of the Rings character? Gandalf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
was-
fucking Gandalf.
he was wearing
had
a-
a fucking straight white beard and
He was-
everything,
yeah,
looking clean
he
as
went,
fuck.
He went into the fucking...
He's got a
Balrog.
white
Dog.
Yeah.
he's got a white cloak now.
Yeah.
Came out cleaner. Was like, hey, guys.
Just, like, got a chain, like, hey, Paul, what's going on?
He's like, "Oh, I actually made a couple checks this weekend."
So, yeah.
That's what happens when you run it up, dude.
That was fire. Hold
Should we
on.
talk about top 8?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What's there to talk about?
DQ Hungry Box. Next
Fucking
time. Mr.
H-
Wizard.
Hbox
I don't know how-
ruined
Free G
more
money.
things.
No, don't.
Look.
Okay, fuck G Money.
No.
No. He was memeing.
Yeah, but stop. Like, you're irrelevant. Get out of there. Don't
Yeah.
get on the
Not
Evo
irrelevant.
stage.
G-Money is a legend.
Wasn't he like a
dude,
friend of
I'm-
SFAT? If you were up there, well, I wouldn't fuck with you like that.
I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't do that to any of my
Would
boys.
you do it for me?
No.
If you were about the memes, yeah.
Yeah, but
Dude,
you know,
it's like such a-
knowing who I am right now.
If you were playing
In
Hbox
between
and someone
games-
started coaching Hbox, and then I would come up to you and be like, ha ha ha.
No, but
we totally do that.
we fucking
Dude,
meme
that's,
out.
Yeah.
that's really bad.
What
Because
is so
a coach,
bad?
a coach, right, is keeping you in the game and giving you insights about the things you need to do. You're focused. You're like, how do I beat this puff, fox, whatever.
Right.
Like a friend comes up to you and he's like, hey, feel something completely different that isn't melee
Do you
right
understand the problem here? Coaching wasn't allowed at Evo.
now. No, I get that. But what I'm saying is doing that regardless of where the joke coach
right.
is shittier.
But he wasn't
Well,
saying anything.
That's context sensitive.
I know, but
right?
even going up
maybe
there
SFAT's
and like
chill
doing
with it.
some shit for
But
me.
yeah, on the other end, it's like Hungrybox, because if you actually look at the VOD, SFAT looks dead at the camera in his like
Yeah.
time, and
That was a good move by him.
yeah,
Yeah.
perfect move.
That was good.
That like Hungrybox getting coaching could take him out of the game just as much. You could argue that.
I feel like he's still thinking about Melee though. Like I feel like if a friend comes up and nudges me, I'll be like, oh, there's this crowd and these people still exist and all my friends are still here.
I think I would be like, I don't think this is allowed. This is kind of fucked up right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like people who are known for rushing stages. Like that's what this guy is.
It's an obnoxious move for sure, but like,
And like once you're
isn't he
known-
like an old school homie?
Yeah,
but who's the guy with the dreads who always rushes Mango?
Yeah, that guy.
no,
I don't know.
Triforce used to be a
Huh?
just D-Disciple, yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently there was a
Disciple.
story where they were like at Big House or something, and Alex 19 literally told him, he's like, if Mango wins and you're up there and you like hug him before I do, I'm literally gonna kill you. He's like, I will just kill you on the spot.
It's like when Miguel ran up and hugged Lucky at Bigger Bulk when he beat Hbox, and it's just like,
I didn't see that.
what are you doing? I'm sure like he doesn't give a shit, but it was just like
yeah,
to
it's-
everyone else watching, it's like, like what
Knowing
he's
that
doing.
almost makes the Claremont norms so much worse.
What do you mean?
Just that Miguel did that, and then what he did to us at the norms,
Oh,
No, it's
to
like,
me at the norms.
the norms.
it's fine. Like,
You know what I'm talking about now? The
Yeah,
bigger
no,
buck norms?
the norms that's lore.
Get it together, dude.
all I'm saying is, it's if you get known, if people at home are like, oh, it's that guy who rushes Mango, and that's all we
That's
know
what I
him
know
for.
him as. Yeah.
That's D-Disciple is like this guy who rushes the stage.
Mhm.
It's like, no.
That's
Fucking
not- yeah.
sit in the crowd like the rest of the patrons.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like,
but the thing is, this guy was.
Triforce used to rush the stage all the time as well.
How good of a friend is this man to SFAT? And that's important to know.
I don't know.
That's important to know. Because if the answer is very good friend, then it's chill.
I think
as
it's
fuck.
still pretty lame, but yeah.
It's still chill.
I
though.
think you need to leave somebody in that moment.
What if your boy's a memer?
Yeah.
I just really don't think SFAT, like, it's either neutral or he was a little annoyed.
There's no.
Ask
There's
him.
no positive there. Okay.
Maybe
but it's
it
still
lightened up the,
context sensitive.
the tension, but that he was feeling about the Hungrybox thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it made him like laugh it off. Like, oh,
I
this
mean,
is
I think the
stupid.
moment he looked at the camera and did the time thing, he was kind of
All
like,
memes were on the loose.
yeah, like, because at that point, it's
that's
like,
making
he's
making
being memed
a
on
serious
by-
statement though. That's like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
because it is. Because
anyway,
at that
he should
point.
make that
imagine a
call on his
world
own,
where
though,
he
not-
didn't do that. Does Hbox get fucking DQ?
No, I don't know. That's why I was pissed off when the Mr. Wizard tweet came through, because it's like, if this man hadn't made a
Yeah, that's
joke,
fucked up.
we would
right?
have gone up there and hauled Hungrybox into a cell. It's like, really? Would you have really just pulled Hungrybox out of the tournament and be like, one strike, it's over?
There's
No, they
I think
wouldn't
it was
have.
last year, maybe.
So
I
what
don't
a
think it
bad
was this
I
tweet
year.
by
wish they
Mr.
would.
Wizard.
I know that pissed off everybody.
Crunch
Because,
Coach
like,
Tim versus
stupid.
Shroom, like
Who-
last year, in I think bracket.
Was it
They've
allowed?
been doing this whether it's
no,
allowed or
it's
not.
never
forever.
allowed. Yeah,
That's the fucking obnoxiousness of Hungrybox and Crunch, which is basically just a discount-looking version of Hungrybox, who is probably as obnoxious.
When it comes down to it, those boys only care about one thing, and that's winning. And it's very obvious.
winning and dark shilling.
dark shilling. Crunch is a fucking dark shill, and I've never even met
Dude,
him, and I've never spoken.
played-
to
What
him.
if he was just a soft lad?
And
who was-
Hungrybox turned him
and
into the Dark Shield?
And so yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I fucking bet, dude.
I could
Anyone
see
who's
it. I
in
could
the
actually see
vicinity
it,
of
dude.
Hungrybox becomes a dark shill.
Fuck.
I feel like
dude.
if you're Hungrybox click, like, you can't. There's like, the broader community doesn't really, like, you're Hungrybox click now.
Yeah, you're like.
You're othered instantly.
Like, if you're like Mango Nation, you can also like be a Leffen fan, and
If you're
you know,
Mango Nation, you could go anywhere and have a homie.
It's like having an American passport. You can kind of just go wherever you want.
I was gonna say if you're like a respectable gang member, like you could go anywhere. Like if you're part of the nation, you can go anywhere and there's
no,
gonna be a
I mean
homie.
I mean like Real Nation.
If you're part of
Real
Hbox
Nation
click,
hitters, you know.
you gotta watch where.
you gotta,
well,
you gotta not go
you-
on some certain corners.
yeah,
Yes,
you
you
gotta
know-
watch what block you're on because
Like,
someone's gonna check you.
If you're
Like,
outside of Florida,
where are you
like,
from,
you
dude?
might not have too many shooters, you know.
yeah, is this your corner? I don't remember you being here.
You might get chin checked a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
If a Hungry Fox Shill's coming onto my block,
it's over.
Yeah, no, I mean, say
that ass
say
banned.
goodnight.
Miss me with this.
Get that ass. Dude, I saw Low Tier God in the
Oh,
food court.
no.
Nick Yingling pointed him out, and he's like, "Do this low tier god," and I was like, "Everyone be cool." I was so Star Trek.
Yeah.
I didn't even go up and say hi to him.
Dude, I was saying,
was
I'll
afraid.
take you up. I'll introduce you, and we can get the picture.
I was so afraid.
That's me, dude.
it's
Because
the-
I don't get starstruck by like really anyone. But when I do, I'm just like I can't approach. This
Yeah, I was like, no.
Dude, I would never take a picture with a melee top player. Like,
Ever.
request the picture.
Right.
But I would definitely request a picture with low tier god.
But I didn't. Especially in
You
the food
can't.
court. How funny would that have been? Just like in front of the Johnny Rockets, like,
Post it up.
get that ass banned.
all right, up 3, say get that ass banned.
I thought I saw Daigo in the elevator, but it turns out I was just...
Just racist.
Me and Jet, dude. Okay, the wildest fucking story. The last Evo when Long Island Joe got 5th.
No, he won.
He got 5th.
Didn't he win the game?
No, well, he won it for America, which is
Hell yeah, brother.
what matters. No,
That's how
it
bad
was
I am at street
afterwards. The story's fucking nuts because I vividly remember him doing this.
I love how America is always like, yeah, he won for America, but then he came 5th in an international one. Don't ever talk about that again. He won
Listen.
for America though, right, boys? It's like the American guy who
Hey, shut up. He's a hero.
He's
all
a
the-
bald American hero. Okay?
all the media is like built around this guy, and then quietly a Japanese guy wins, or like a Chinese.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one, though.
Yeah.
Stop. My story. Me and Jet are in an elevator. We're going up to a room. All of a sudden, Long Island Joe comes in off his hot 5th place. And it's like, whoa, dude. Like, we're in, like, the presence of, like, a legend.
He
And-
comes in your elevator?
Yeah, and
Okay.
he's like, oh, like, he's
Was
just,
he
like,
alone?
present, but
Or did
yeah,
he have like a
he had no
a
there-
thought on each arm?
There was a crowd following him until he got into the elevator. That's
He's like,
what
all
was,
right,
nuts.
Goodbye, my fellow patriots.
Yeah, no, he was just saying
He
like,
just like
hey,
chooses the
thanks,
cute,
like,
two
just-
cutest girls out of the crowd.
You and the short one. Come on.
No, so he gets in our elevator and we're like, hey man, like congrats, just like trying to play it cool. I'm freaking out on the inside. I'm like, fuck, this guy just did it for America. this guy's more than I will ever be. Him and his bald head, sleeve,
you just like
pink
bought
backpack.
the meme that
Yeah.
hard.
And then, so he's like, oh, thanks, man. Like, really appreciate it. And then he's like, he starts looking at the numbers, and he can't find his number, like, on the elevator. And he's like, and if anyone remembers the hotel elevators from last Evo, they were kind of fucked up. Like, there was odds and evens on separate sides, so it was very easy to get lost. And he's like, oh, shit, I think this isn't my number. Elevator door is closing. He puts his hand out, and I'm like, that's $1 million hand that this man is about to just get. What if his hand gets caught? I think I audibly say, oh, my God. And he just puts it out, and it's literally just like his fingers that stop the elevator, and it opens. And he's just like, later, guys. And I'm just like, that guy almost sacrificed it all.
There are senses in there, dude.
To
Like,
not get caught in an elevator with you.
Yeah. It was fucked up. He was willing to do that just to.
Just to get away from
Yeah.
he was like, oh, more fanboys in here. You know that?
Yeah.
You know the gif of like Grandpa Simpson walking into the establishment, like
Yeah,
putting his hat down.
put seeing Bart and then just
Yeah.
whoop.
No, and I think like after Jet was like, that was crazy. Like it was just wild because it's like at this point I think it's like 2 a.m. or something like that. It's late as fuck.
That
And-
is so funny.
Yeah.
He's just like the most humble guy in the world as well.
We
There's
got-
a fly in my cup. I had
Yeah,
to, I
he
had to
was
just let him
super
know.
humble and willing to sacrifice his fucking arm to just like get out of the room of an emo thought. And
He's like, oh shit. Well, I'm gonna go over here where it's not 2005 anymore.
yeah,
It just really like, you know how you're saying this Evo didn't make you feel anything? Like there was no
Wa-
magic.
watching top 8
From home.
from home. But I mean,
Even
yeah,
being there, I can see why it felt a bit.
two out of 3 sucks. I don't care.
Does Street Fighter 2 out of 3 for their top 64?
No.
No. So
Not really.
even for Street Fighter, okay, but is that traditional in Street? Is best of 5 or best of 3? Wait, is it best? Yeah, is best of 5 a real set in Street Fighter lore?
Yeah.
So
I think
why
so.
doesn't Evo do that? So if Evo is like the Super Bowl for Street Fighter and it's mainly as the
There's
side
just too
event,
many people and there's too many games.
Yeah.
so Evo as a whole is flawed rather than
It
just
just
Evo's
sucks.
dicking melee.
Yeah, it's not that they just.
So that makes me feel better.
It's
We're
not
all
just that
suffering
we
together.
They do best of 5 all through top 8 for Street Fighter though.
Right, but that's only top 8.
I don't think that top 64 needs to be
Best
Best
of
of
5
5
for
for, like,
Street Fighter?
for
Melee.
everything for melee.
For
and
melee, it
tournament.
should be.
I don't
I-
think so. I don't think me and
Genesis 5 does best of 5 top 64. Genesis does, and it's fire.
It is fire. Like
The best player wins those sets,
yeah.
and that's what matters.
I think
agree, but,
usually
like-
the thing about Melee best of 3 is like it's very volatile between top players of like, oh, someone can lose really fast, and usually that guy was the guy who was going to lose no matter how many matches you play. But the shitty thing is with the mechanics of Melee is that sometimes a player can lose really fast even when both of them are great, right?
Yeah.
And it's like all the way up to top 16, top 32. Not, it's kind of like, oh, one guy lost really fast. It's like, oh, it's because he's nowhere near as good as the other guy. But when you play a top 8 best of 3, it's like, obviously they're both great players, and someone can just lose like that,
Yeah.
you know? And that, it's not the same problem that is happening further up. Because that's like a great player and an average player meet, and the average player is either leveled up to enough where it's going to be a great set, going to be a really close best of 3, or he just gets trunched.
Right.
Like, you don't save any time by playing another game there.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'd
It's
have
like
to look at the
not-
math on that.
Not to discredit like Miles, but like you were saying, like say you make top 64 winner side or something.
Yeah.
It's like, and you have to play like a top 100 player. Or, like
We always are going to have to do that, yeah.
yeah, and it's like, do you think that set should be best of 5? Like, is that extra game really gonna like
No,
say
I think
3-0 you?
I think like I should play a best of 3 there with that person, and if
Yeah.
I've really come all of that way and I've really have improved that much, it's going to be a great set anyway.
Yeah.
And if they just crush me, I'm like, oh. And if I just crush them, well then they suck because they're a top player and they just got snubbed.
So, yeah.
Snubbed by some drunk
Like
Australian.
if there's like a Misk Fox snubs you in a best of 3 and it's like, oh, it was just like 2 shines every game. It's like, you suck.
Yeah. I don't think all of top 60.
But,
I mean,
like-
it is lit. Like,
Dude, at top
Don't get me
level, man,
wrong.
Fox Dittos, it's like best of 3 between like Leffen and SFAT or something. Or like Weston versus Leffen was best of 3, and Leffen just put the work on it. And there was spots where it was just like, oh, you took a shine, now you're dead. Oh, you took another shine, this game's over.
yeah.
You've got one more game.
Yeah, exactly.
And like Mewtwo King versus Leffen started off, and Mewtwo King just like wave dashes forward and like double tippers him into a stock, and it's like suddenly you're looking like you're gonna lose. Like
Yeah.
he gets hit a couple more times on the next stock. It's like,
You also forgot how good M2K is.
no, he's ridiculous.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
It's like he's just like, oh yeah, he's in top 8. Oh fuck, he just destroyed Leffen. Like it was such
Yeah.
a cool feeling.
The
Like
game's just in his blood. Like he's played it. It is a part of him now.
it's so sick.
He's,
I'm a stan.
he's the person you just sleep on, though.
Yeah, he's the god you sleep on. I
Yeah.
think. Everyone else, I don't know.
I don't know how Mango came second, honestly.
The Phantom Up Smash. You saying why he didn't become
No,
first?
no.
How he got to second?
Yeah, like he's been doing nothing but meme and drink for like
That's
the
how
last
sick
year.
he is.
Yeah, I know, but it's just
Dude, I was at the table.
crazy.
I was at the table with S2J playing poker, and I was like, "So how's Mango, dude? Is he bummed out? Is he upset?" And he's like,
no.
"Not really. Like, Mango a couple years ago would have been sad, but like streamer Mango, he's cool with it. He's
Yeah.
cool with second."
Yeah,
I feel like
He
that.
tweeted that out. Mango tweeted that out. He's like, "Oh, at least I got subs."
he's like giant streamer gets second at biggest FGC game in the
That's the
world.
thing.
It's so
is
funny.
I even feel like for Armada, like the win didn't matter as much.
Is that a problem with Melee dying?
The people who are
Kind of.
trying,
I don't know.
The people who are trying their hardest aren't gods right now.
Yeah.
Leffen's trying his hardest, but he's just having trouble. When
Leffen's a
Leffen's,
god.
yeah, he is a god.
He's
That's what
my
I'm saying.
god. I worship him.
Leffen's the 6th god, dude. No one can deny that. Okay, so PPMD's gone. M2K is probably not going to get much better than he is now. He's like getting the gains of just playing the game and being on the circuit and stuff. He's like not. I wouldn't say he's like labbing. I guess like he's not. I don't know how much he's doing, but like from the way he
He's doing
tweets,
cardio all day. He's not
from
cultivating
like the
mass.
stuff that he tweets and like the way he seems to place these days, it doesn't seem like he's going to change. Hungrybox is still always going to be on his shit. Armada is permanently improving. I talked to Armada at Genesis, and he's looking at like random scrub games, and he's like, "Oh, nice SDI." As we're talking, like he's so focused on Melee, and then he gets me. He remembers me from Australia, and he's like, "I have to show you something, Miles." He's like, "Much has changed since we last spoke," and he's like showing me this new SDIs he can do on Battlefield and stuff. And he's like, "Now you try," and he gives me his controller, and he's like, "No, now I try." And we were like, he was showing me how to do it, and I was like, "You've just picked like he's just in the pit, like showing some random guy that he barely knows how to do something that he's just figured out." And he's like, "See, can you do it?" He's like, "You just didn't have the stick right that time." These are the things he's thinking about.
Stay grinding.
Like
Always running it up.
everybody else is thinking like, "Oh, what placement am I going to come? This or that?" And he's just thinking like, "Does Sheik's forward air really outspace when this happens?" You know,
Right.
he's just like permanently thinking about the game and the mechanics of the game.
That's awesome. It's
Yeah.
good to hear that
There's so much other bullshit, right?
because, like, I don't know, Armada's like public image is different than what you just described. I feel like someone
He's
who
the nicest. Like if you catch any top player and you're like, play friendly with me, Armada will generally say
Yeah.
yes, unless he has somewhere to be.
I mean, but I don't think Armada has like a bad public image. He's just like kind of.
no, it's not bad.
he's
I'm
stoic.
just saying it's different than
Yeah.
I don't know. You look at him on stage and you wouldn't
Because
think of
he's
him.
such a competitor, dude.
Yeah, you don't think
That's
he's
fire.
like he's obviously, I mean, especially compared to the others, aren't as personable.
He
You know?
really he has
fire.
he's such a nice guy and he has this nice side to him that like it's just not a meme. Like there's no meme you can spout at him and feel close to him because it's like, that joke that you always repeat on stream that I sub to. It's not Mango where you can just like wordlessly stand there in the crowd and
Yeah.
kind of like gyrate and feel a part of what's
Yeah.
going on. You know, it's like he's a real person and he doesn't try to like
He's a pure lad, golden boy.
That's good.
he's
I'm
just
glad.
a real guy. Like
He's a real one.
you can't just do this and feel like you've
He's-
done it.
He's the pure shill. He's not even shilling.
He's not chilling at all.
He's just
doing
honest.
He's just doing himself.
If being a good person and a great competitor is shilling in any sense of the word,
Well, he's transcended the shill.
he just
Anything
He
that he
just
gets
stepped
just by
over
being-
it.
he just
yeah.
never needed to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about. It's just being above
Oh,
so good that you don't need to shill.
But
Just
none
being-
of
no, just
none
being
of us are
above
that
it.
level. So I mean, let's make a couple bucks off melee ammo. Right?
Being so something that you don't need
Yeah.
to shill.
yeah, that's
That's
amazing.
the dream.
it. Yeah.
Agreed. But until you get
And
there,
you're over here. Just
Till I get there, I'm
Try to
getting that reel, sending it right to Fendrick Lamar.
you have to send
love
it to
you,
Fendi.
Fendi.
Dude, I fucking I go
How
on
does
the
it feel that you have to
Send
send
it
your
to
commentary?
Fendi.
I
reel
go to the
Fendi?
fucking Big House website because all right, I
That's
was
a- dude,
I was
that-
gonna tweet
that-
Juggle Guy.
You know what? They want to see if you have the endurance to click the link, see that you're sending it to Fendi, and still send it. Dude, you know what that's
Dude.
like? It's like when the Illuminati like make you kill your first kid. Like do something really
yeah.
like.
See if
it's
you're
like,
really down.
They're like,
No.
you really want to be a commentator? They're like,
Have you ever-
Fendi's gonna judge it.
This is like a weird reference, but have you ever seen Kingsman?
No.
The movie.
Yeah, they give him a gun and tell him to shoot a dog that he's kept for like a week, and it's like
Oh.
how he gets in.
So
And
someone
the gun
told me
isn't
that.
loaded, and like
Oh,
that's
shit.
the Fendi. Is like Fendi actually isn't watching any of this, but they just tell you it is.
I think
to
Michelle
see if-
trolled us once
to see
on the
if you're
podcast.
down.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Dude, you know
Michelle
what?
said.
I'm fucking squeezing the trigger on that dog instantly.
I think Michelle said to Russian soldiers they give them like a chicken to take care of for a week and then they make them kill it.
That's true.
Shut
Dude,
the
I
fuck
think
up.
that was true, dude.
Dude, you know what? Like, as someone who eats meat, I'm willing to fucking put a dog down like that.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
If no, like
A dog?
I was vegan for
Dogs
like,
love you.
for like a year. I was vegetarian
Dogs
for
love
like
us.
5 years.
I like that because it's morally consistent.
Yeah.
You're
When I was vegan, I'd be like, no, I love puppers. And like when I was vegetarian, I'd be like,
I'm
no, I
allowed
don't-
to love
yeah.
puppers because I also
Dude,
love cows.
Yeah.
I would
yeah.
shoot a pupper straight down the
Yeah.
fucking line.
I can respect
What? I can't choose to shoot a cow in the face and not a dog? I'd shoot a fucking cow right in the goddamn eyeball. I don't care.
You know what I'm saying though? Like, I just don't care about dogs
not
or
chill,
cats on that level.
Listen, no. Okay, so I go on the Big House website because I was going to tweet Juggle Guy, but I'm typing in Juggle Guy into Twitter, and I found this, like, Donald Trump shill account. Like, it was literally, like, just, like, retweeting, like,
It's
weird
Donald Trump
alt-right
juggling.
shit. It's just, like, and it's, like, it's this weird, and so, as a joke, I tweet it, and I say, hey, how can I get on commentary at Big House? And I can't. I've already burned the Twitter joke, so I can't hit up Juggle Guy and to people who saw that and be like, okay, now I'm really just being serious because I don't do it
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So I go on the website. There's a contact us link on Big House website, which just basically funnels into Juggle Guy's email. So I say commentary application.
Dude,
Hey, what do I gotta do?
Side note, you're so edgy that like, you really did want to message Juggle Guy, but instead you found a fucking gimmick account to make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
To get like for the very few people
For like
who are
the
gonna,
two people
who
that
are gonna
saw it.
see who have like enough interactions with you on Twitter that instantly see
In case
everyone
you
you
missed
tweet
it.
at. Because like
Right.
when you tweet at someone, it doesn't show. Like if I just tweet.
No,
on my
I
own,
did it with the dot, so it came
so
up.
that, so that everyone sees
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So it was like a little.
So you still get a little out of the gag.
Yeah.
But really, you
But
just wanted to message
I was
Juggler.
married enough to the gag than I was to the business.
Yeah.
Because that's
And
who
that's
I
what
am.
you
I
wanted to show
respect
the
that.
people.
That's pre-shill
So
slime talking.
so anyway,
It's gonna be pre-shill, post-shill slime, and
I'm-
they're gonna be completely different people.
I'm like, what do I got to do to get on commentary? Just let me know the application process. Get an email back from Juggle Guy. Hey, Anthony. So I'm not really sure, but you're going to have to go ahead and email our commentary director, Josh Fendrick, or whatever, at gmail.com. And I'm like, motherfucker. Like, not him, right? Not because it's a problem, but it's just like, I haven't said nice things about him, you know?
Maybe put some clips in the reel and be firing off on Fendi.
That'd be the ultimate. I respect you so much.
You
Just send a fucking roast.
Send him this.
Dude, you just double down on like whether it's actually Fendi watching it or not, and the whole thing is just Fendi gags.
That'd be so fucked up. And it sucks because I really want to get on Big House. So I'm just hoping that, like, because I know people that have been on commentary that have roasted him before, and he likes them. So
Yeah, but it's just whether you're the homie TM. You need that TM mark. You know what I'm saying?
True.
do you think I am?
No.
Well,
think I
no,
can get
no,
there?
because you haven't killed your firstborn.
I
for
haven't
the people.
shilled. I'm about to shill.
No, that's what I'm
But
saying.
no, this is the crossroads where you go above the shill.
No, there
and you
is no.
send him the
Dude, in the commentary
Fendi-
game, there is no way to be Armada.
No.
dude.
There's no gameplay that's gonna make you that hot. Where you don't need the
commentary
tick mark.
is a shill's. It's a
Shillville.
shill's.
It's Shillville.
It is. It's
Do you
Shillville.
think Brandon and Phil shill?
No, I just think they're
They
just
have
normal dudes.
So much credit, and they
have credit. I don't think they're
they
actually
didn't-
that great.
They didn't need to
I
make
think
the.
they're pretty good.
They didn't need to make
I
the
think-
establishment because they were the establishment. There
That's
was
right.
nothing before them.
I think people take them as not as great now because I think they're less interested now.
I think so too. That's what I'm saying.
They're
Like,
less interested.
it's
in
like,
it
oh,
now?
we got Homie
Less-
Wobbles and Phil. It's like they're not going to be wombo comboing. They're just going to be there, which is fine. But
Yeah.
it's like,
I think they're objectively good.
You
I
say-
just think their heart isn't in it as much.
they
I
get
agree.
everyone gets pulled to this center, and the reason we liked them is because they would fire off, right?
Yeah.
And say wild shit, and
but
everyone gets.
Brandon hasn't said wild shit in goddamn years.
Well, that's what after
Brandon's
talking
kind
to
of a different person now too.
Brandon.
It sounds like
Brandon is about like the grind now and wants
That's true.
wants to be good.
That's
he
chill.
wants to like make a career out of Melee. He wants to be a player.
Yeah.
He's like, when you speak to him, he's like, oh man, it's really cool that like. I spoke to him. I was on his stream, and then I met him at Genesis. He was like, "Dude, you're my hero, dude. You came all the way from Australia just to grind. That's so sick. Like, I'm about that grind. Like, that's awesome." He's like, "Anyone who's grinding, I love him." And he's just like all about positive energy now.
Yeah.
that's
It's-
great.
And it's kind of like he's in probably one of the shittiest spots to be in because he has like he's a known commentator. He's like the commentator.
Oh, I thought
That's
you
a
meant
great
NorCal because there's no tournaments there.
Well, that too.
And it's also a trash.
But yeah, coming to any tournament and just being like, "Yo, dude, like, could you commentate?"
Do you
Just, like-
commentate because like the fucking redditors will hop on
Yeah,
if
and
they
it's
hear
like,
your name on it?
yeah. See, he's a victim of the other shills.
He's a victim of shilling.
Yeah,
No,
Hey,
but-
ever
Sometimes
thought about
shilling
that?
takes
there's the
takes
double-edged-
bodies.
No, but they can.
takes innocent
You know what though?
bystanders.
You know what? He can be like, "I'll commentate day one if you fly me out and schedule my pools around it."
But it's
There
like,
you go.
would you, like if you wanted to focus on a tournament, would you be down to commentate at all?
If
You
it
got
was-
to do a
if it was the
block.
difference-
You got to do a block
If it
hours.
was the difference between going and not going.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, but
If someone was like, you can go to every major all year for free, but you have to spend 6 hours out of day one doing something you don't want to do, I'd be like,
that's easy to say for like. I don't like the position is like different. Like him going to like a SoCal tournament and they're just like, "Hey man, so you gonna do it today? Come on."
I remember at
it's
Runback.
like having one really cool party trick.
Yeah, and it's like, dog, I'm just
I'm
Like-
just me.
people don't at that point people aren't treating you like a person, you
Yeah.
know?
no,
I
you're
wanna do it right now.
you're an item.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's that time of the night
But-
where I drink a beer, boys.
Please.
So
Yeah,
I'll
go.
be right back.
We'll talk about shilling and how it's bad.
Dude,
And then you'll leave, and then we'll talk about shilling and how
No,
it's
it's
good.
good.
Yeah.
dude, for real though, like
The devil.
the
angel.
commentary game doesn't care about you unless you have the TM.
Maybe you could be the
I
one
know.
though.
I know. Look, no. I can't. I have to
How do
shill.
you know?
I have to
You
shill
know.
I
because you
believe
have
that
to
you're the
shill to
one.
get known.
No, but it's like, how long do you give it? How many power?
How many fucking Power 9s do I have to commentate before Fendrick calls me?
You don't get How many levels I gotta win before I'm
Look,
That's what I'm saying. I need the big stage.
you do. But I'm saying you could transcend the shill, and that would the ultimate just like transcendence is you sending in clips of you roasting.
I'm not going to do that because other people do that, and it's like I don't need to be.
Burn a bridge,
and he's not even that bad of a guy. No one in Melee is truly that bad.
He actually is. It's actually the funny. I find it so funny that he gets shit on as much as he does for being so just like. His commentary isn't bad. Just for me, it's like vanilla. You know.
That's how it is for everybody.
Yeah, it's like really good. It's good in the sense that it doesn't.
It's good in the sense that it's not offensive. It's actually the most shill commentary there ever was.
Yeah. Fuck.
I'm not getting on fucking Big House commentary. Yeah. This is bullshit.
I'm sending in this clip.
Please don't. Actually, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put together a reel, and it's going to be funny, hopefully, and I'm going to see what I can do. And if it doesn't happen, then I'll try again.
Dude, they're probably going to pick you.
We'll see.
Just from the
I want to be picked fairly. I want to pick on my skills.
There's so many shitty commentators, dude.
True.
I think Slime's really good.
Yeah.
I think I'm all right. I think I'm good enough to commentate some fucking pools of the Moon 7 stalking idiots.
The problem is you're so objective about it when it's all relative.
Also, I think that commentators like Slime or like maybe Lud definitely has more shill in him than Slime.
That's why he's successful.
But I think that people like
handsome.
Slime are really good for pools.
True.
Like maybe you want the guys shilling for top 8, but like if Slime was like, "Hey, I'm really funny, let me do pools." That's what they need because you're literally the star of the show along with Moon's combo video when some kids just getting pooed on. Like there's no game to talk about.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why pools is kind of fun. Pools is much more fun than like, and I could do a top 48 set. That's fun too.
That's what I'm saying. Do you really want to do a top 48 set?
Sure, I love Melee, so yes.
There you
go. That's when the loving Melee and loving the game and feeling like you have enough to say about the game is like the bigger part than just being able to like look at it and being like,
meat mop.
Yeah, able to verbalize funnily why this kid getting shit on is great.
Right.
Sick reference.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Speaking of, I forgot.
What else we got? Is that it? Did we clear the itinerary?
People are retweeting the fucking.
That was me.
The what?
Oh, it's you. That's the when I sent that Juggle guy Donald Trump shill account. I know Melee at Japan at Evo.
That's fucked.
Dude, there was a little tournament series going on in Australia that had points going towards flying someone out, and Sora was probably going to win.
Really?
Sora was going to win this circuit, maybe.
Wow.
If he beat, like, it's basically, there's a whole coast where the regionals around that area for Melee it was a cool little thing that regionals could do.
Bring your mic up.
It was a cool thing regionals could do where they could get people to go by being like, you'll win points, and if you win, you get to go to
like
this place. Yeah, it's a way to bring people into tournaments that previously nobody wanted to go to in, like, shitty regions around New South Wales where Sora lives.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is, because all they have to do is all together just chip in little bits of their venue fee towards this thing, and then, voila, they've got a reason for people to go.
Yeah. Which is like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
honestly.
They don't need to pay for promotion or anything because it's like, we're part of this circuit, you got to come if you want to win. Anyway, so Sora was probably going to win and get a trip to Evo Japan, and now that's just not on anymore.
Ew.
So he's trying to angle to go to Big House instead.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Big House. Not Big House, Genesis. Woo! So next year.
Yeah.
See you there,
So you guys might see that boy again.
Cool. Yeah, I like no Melee at Evo Japan, but like, do we really want the Moon going around telling Japanese girls about cunnilingus?
Yes.
That's the kind of content
honestly,
I want to see. That's
where's that YouTube
honest
video?
Just
shilling.
seeing him sitting down from very far away, just sitting down on a bench with some Japanese woman, just explaining something, and you know what he's explaining, and she's just like, not really understanding, but being nice and sitting there.
Dude, I think there's a big audience for that. Moon just doing shit?
The Moon doing things.com.
That's the brightest shill.
He's a good shill. He's like...
he's an honest shill.
He's an honest shill because he's being
realize
himself.
that like every single person that you know colloquially in Melee has a meme that they viciously overuse.
I don't think... Wait, what do you mean?
Like, like the Moon just wiling out with all of his New York lingo and just like goofing.
There's a difference though when you're trying to generate like memes, like fucking Chudat.
You can't force memes.
Chudat's meme is the ultimate. It wasn't even forced.
But I feel like
he used to do it all the time just because he liked it.
That's what's kind of fucked is like I feel like Chudat's an honest shill by accident, and he's just really weird.
Right.
He's the
just
most
so
OG
happened.
shill. He like anyone who's down to eat
Yeah.
an onion, just
Yeah, that's
straight up.
true. I'll give him
that's
that.
like
I'll fucking give him that. And it's also interesting. It's like
because you can shill it.
when an artist
different
creates
ways.
art, is it now up to the viewer to determine what is the art about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So now we're like in that weird dynamic of like the creator versus the consumer.
But like, is
Obviously memes aren't art,
if you're down
but,
to
like,
eat a
that's-
fucking onion, and I think he ate 2.
no? When
That's
when
the
is
most
someone-
honest
fucked up.
shilling
I
I've
think
ever
I gave him my
You
Smash
can
GG
come to
points.
my block any day.
That's
I
so
gave him
You
my
get a
Smash
pass.
GG points when he ate that second onion. I was
You're like, this
is.
is
the
you earned it.
I was like,
2, dude.
I
I
was
can't
like,
even.
Side note: in college,
onion.
my friend's birthday, he took a lot of mushrooms, and we went out into the desert and just walked around, and I was just kind of hanging out with him. I didn't eat any mushrooms, but he was just flying, and he's walking. We're walking around in the desert, and he starts laughing uncontrollably as one does on mushrooms, and he's like, I'm like, what's so funny, dude? And he's like, he was just telling me through tears that he imagined his dad walking into the kitchen and opening the fridge and taking an onion and just biting into it and putting it back. And
it
this
just wrecked
mental
him.
image
Just
was
wrecked
destroying him.
Yeah.
It was and I was like, well, happy birthday, buddy.
Fuck.
So anyway,
And Chudat ate 2 of them.
and he ate 2.
Chudat
I know
is this
people-
guy's dad.
People don't
He's that
even.
old.
People, like, literally will be like, no, I don't want onions on that. And this man ate 2 whole raw
No,
onions.
look, I get it. You're impressed. Like you keep bringing
I don't
it
think
up.
you know how fucking impressed I am.
You're like, as a vegan, onions are pretty strong.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know, Evo Japan, do we care?
I'm.
Is Melee dying? Is
You know,
God
do,
dead?
Do they care? Because we shouldn't have to care
We
about
killed
them.
him, dude.
That's
You know, it's
true.
like we shouldn't be that guy on the phone like, hey,
Hey.
baby, when are you coming home?
Exactly.
We should just
Wait.
be hanging that phone up and
Hang
saying,
that phone up.
we got
Hitting up
Genesis,
another Sheila.
we got
The-
Big House,
the-
we don't need you.
But
We don't need you.
The problem is it doesn't only affect, like, from our point of view, like, in the U.S., it's very different because we have enough
It
tournaments.
fucks up the Japanese scene.
That
for sure.
sucks, and that sucks really bad because I feel like Evo Japan would have brought a lot of foreigners.
Yeah, that would have
And we would have all played together.
Dude, like-
and the culture shock there for us to come to them,
Dude, it would have been so
Dude,
lit,
they
dude.
ranked to 50.
That's fire.
They ranked
What are they
down to
going to
50
do when some
nationwide.
violent American hangs brain right after fucking four-stocking them?
But like,
They're
the
going to
cool,
break their mind.
there's so many of
But
those
they're
people.
gonna be so about it, dude.
See what these hip
One of-
Westerners are doing.
their
Then
best-
all the Japanese kids just walking around with their
Their
balls
best
out.
player uses 3 chairs to play in tournament. You don't think they're down with hanging brain?
He's a second best player. Oh, he's ranked the highest there, I
Yeah.
guess, isn't he? Yeah.
But I'm saying like
Dude,
opportunities like that like don't really come. Like if you think about it, like
what a way that would have been to unite the scenes, right?
exactly.
No
And
Smash 4, right, either?
Smash 4.
Smash 4's there, and Melee's not?
You know what? No, Nintendo paid. Nintendo paid.
Fucking,
Arms?
fucking
Arms is
shills.
No, dude, Nintendo.
Fucking shills.
You know what? Nintendo paid for Melee to not be on Mandalay Bay this
That's
year.
fucking right, they
They
did.
did. Like anyone who says that's a conspiracy theory can go give Mr. Wizard one of these ones.
Fuck yeah! I got a friend who's really into everything but Melee because he thinks it's for babbies because he's like a traditional FGC guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
He won actually.
He's a
the,
traditional FGC guy.
Yeah. He's like deep south. No, he won the mystery game contest or mystery game bracket at Combo Breaker. It was actually an amazing
What's that?
run.
You have to play a random game with
It's
someone?
a random game. Sometimes it's like fighting game. Sometimes it's like don't break the ice.
So it can just be like a random game.
Yeah, and usually people don't know the rules, so they're trying to figure. It's actually
That
anyway.
sounds awesome.
It's sick. Yeah, he won against Flo, who was the
Smash 4 player.
the Street Fighter player.
So it's just like how good of a game
Flow
are
with
you?
an E.
yeah, in grand finals. It's sick. Anyway,
Flow's my guy.
go watch
by the way.
Kazmar's run. He's a cool guy. He was also
Flow's an honest shill. Flow's the most honest shill there is.
he was also shitface my friend at Vegas, and he kept hitting me like really hard at the table, and I was like, if you keep doing this, I'm going to take you outside. I swear to God.
I'm not into it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, he was saying that he has this idea that Melee players should just move on to the new game because that's what Street Fighter players
No,
do.
every time a Street Fighter player every time I talk to a Street Fighter player, the first thing they go is like, "How's Melee?" I'm like, "Beautiful as always. The sun's always shining. I love Melee. I love Fox. Love Fox to Cloud. I like all the characters. Ice Climbers can go suck my dong, but we won't talk about that."
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway. And I'm like, "How's Street Fighter 5, dude?" And they're like, "Don't ask.
Yeah.
It's terrible."
They don't
I
talk
hate
about it.
Street Fighter 4, it was like, man, I missed Third Strike. Street Fighter 5.
Man, I miss Street Fighter.
Yeah,
4.
and I'm like, why don't you guys just play the game you like? And then, like, if they're a mean FGC player, I'll be like, oh, wait, it's because your whole community revolves around whatever piece of crap Capcom put out next, and you're legitimately slaves to it. How does that feel?
They are the victims of the shill.
Yes.
And Melee's starting to become the victim of the shill.
because it's old.
Yeah.
It's on a GameCube. So that's fucked up. But that's the thing. He's a smart guy. He is a normal guy as far as normal FGC, denizen can be.
As normal as you could be, yeah.
But he legitimately asks himself, why don't you guys just move on to the next game? And I have to tell him, bro, it's not the fucking, it's not the game.
Because Capcom don't run the show around here, man. We never
because that one sucks and this one's sick.
Papa never gave us nothing, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
We did it on our own. Like, Capcom, it's just like, it's like the rich kid who shows up to school and he's just like got J's or something, and you're like, dude, how do you have that? And he's like, you don't? And you're just like, no, dude, not everyone gets given like $1,000 a week. And he's just like got a Super Nintendo and shit. And
Yeah, he's
like,
got all the consoles.
Yeah.
He's got a Sega Genesis. He's got a Super Nintendo. He's got a fucking Game Gear,
Yeah.
and nobody has a Game
and nobody
Gear.
wants to play on it either because there's no games for it.
Yeah, it's
But
Sonic and Power Rangers.
He was the guy
Anyway.
with the Dreamcast that had internet.
Fuck that guy. Ooh, fuck that guy.
Oh, he
dude.
was
Who didn't have to burn his games with like a CD ripper?
He was like playing Phantasy Star Online. He was like on
the original, not
like-
the burned version that you
not
got
the
off like
GameCube one either.
on his fucking Dreamcast
Yeah.
with the modem.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck
hooked
that.
up to the Ethernet.
He's got like half of fucking IBM in there working to get him online.
He had DSL internet.
DSL when everyone was rocking Net Zero.
Off
I had
the
to
AOL disc.
I had to log off every 3 hours on Net Zero, or else it would log me off itself, and I'd lose my Dota game.
Exactly.
Fuck that shit.
Not
Capcom never had to deal with that shit.
We
Not
used
only
to-
that, it's like, no, but kids from FGC are just like, why don't you just ask Dad? And you're like, Melee's like, I don't have a dad.
I don't have it. It was never there for me.
Yeah.
Me and my
Melee's
friends
like,
used
we
to have
play in a
races,
fucking basement in 8-man brackets. How about that? How about that?
Me and my friends used to have races on like the loadout screen for our games.
Yeah.
Because internet was so shitty back then, and it's like you knew you were a fucking baller if you loaded out first. And you
Yeah.
were just like,
Remember
fuck yeah.
downloading MILF Hunter vids at 6 kbps? Do you remember those fucking days?
dude, you see-
And you would leave it on all night?
And it'd be the wrong video.
And it'd be some weird video. It'd be a snuff movie.
Yeah, no,
And you're like,
dude,
what the
online,
fuck?
man,
I'm 14.
Rod Jeremy's popping up, and you're like, I don't get what this mustached man is doing to that person.
Well, he's got so much in him.
on LimeWire, like, they would always, like, sometimes video names would just, as you guys saying, not be the thing they were at all.
Yeah.
And, like,
And there'd be like a bunch
often-
of tag names on the
often
end.
it would
Yeah.
be to, like, hide something really dark.
Yeah.
Yes. And you're like, now this is on my fucking computer.
Yeah.
You're trying to download the fucking new Linkin Park video, and you get Heather
You
Deep
get-
Throat.
Yeah, no,
And you're
that's what it
fucked.
always used to be. Like, I would look
And you're
up,
like, where does it all go?
You're trying to be an innocent lad, and you're just
you would look up, like,
fucked up for the rest of your
Sum
life.
41, but it wouldn't be the song, it would be an AVI,
Yeah.
and it would just always be porn.
To the wrong song too. It'd be like,
There's no Sum 41
now
to
you
be
get
found.
that new Sum 41, and you're listening to Blink 182, and you're like, I guess I just
I guess this is what
Yeah.
I'm getting.
yeah.
You remember, like, when a hot new song would come out, and you would wait, like, 15, 20 minutes just for one song
Yeah.
Yeah.
to download. And then you would put that song, you would put it in your folder with all of your other hot songs, and you would have your Winamp playlist
Yeah.
with that llama, that little llama, and you'd have your custom skin for the Winamp, so
Yeah.
it looked sick.
Right.
On your Windows
Rocking
XP.
on the Windows.
Yeah.
What was I?
You youngins don't know how
yeah,
good you got
this
it.
might be
Yeah.
before
Dude,
like a lot of people's times, but do you remember Oink? I think that was
No.
what it was called.
I don't listen to hip hop. So.
No, it was.
No,
like,
I'm just kidding. I don't know what
It was
Link
like-
is.
Are you
God.
26, Dawson?
I'm
You turned 25.
Just turned 25.
Happy
also,
birthday,
happy
Dawson.
birthday to Jet. His birthday was yesterday.
What?
Oh.
Happy birthday, Jet.
Yeah, everyone say happy birthday.
birthday
I'm
to
hanging
Jet.
brain for you right now this
and
whole
also
time.
me, because yeah,
Yeah.
Happy
That's
birthday,
fire,
Dorsey.
dude.
it's not fire.
Happy birthday, boys.
25 is a
But I
dark
feel
time.
like-
It gets worse.
Yeah.
I feel like the LimeWire kind of died out around the time I would have been like checking
I
out porn.
think-
Like trying to check out porn. I remember Side note: did you guys ever download ROMs as a kid? Because me and my friend,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we would play like SNES games as we grew up.
SNES.
Yeah.
That's what they call them on
Yeah,
the ROM
I know,
sites, you
dude.
know.
Z-SNES.
Yeah,
Z-SNES.
you know.
Project
Anyway,
64.
like we're trying to
You know.
play like Wild Gun or whatever it is, like that. We're trying to play.
Dude,
whatever.
we land Secret of Mana. That's how fucking sick we were.
on SNESes you
Yeah,
could
bitch.
land that shit.
Yeah, it
Oh,
had
you
that
had
play.
to. You had to, right, to play two characters.
If you wanted to play together, yeah.
Yeah, I
Or you
always.
could play on the same like keyboard, but fuck
You
that.
you played a lot of the original Dota.
Oh,
right?
you land it on emulators?
Yeah.
That's really.
You remember
cool.
Blizz Chat? Just like the old chat rooms that they used
Yeah,
to have?
yeah.
Oh
I was
my
in a
God.
clan.
Those were so good.
I was in a
dude.
clan with a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
And I rocked him in Dota in lane once, and he was really
I
mad at
remember
me.
when they were called clans.
Yeah.
Not so chill now.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah,
We're getting
I
too
wasn't really
nostalgic.
checking out porn on LimeWire, but
But
'cause
you
I,
found
'cause
it.
I was like 10. Yeah, you run into it.
You literally have no choice because literally 1 in 10 videos
It's just
is
porn.
going to
And
be porn.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do
It's
about
like
it.
it sucks. It actually is like fucked.
And you're trying
because-
to download like Akon So Lonely,
Yeah.
or like whatever like was trending on top 40 at the time. Anyway,
fuck.
I remember when we got cable. I think it was 2005, and me and I called my friend over. I'm like,
Oh no, it's Mr. Lonely. Sorry.
I'm like, bro, I got Comcast. I got it. Come over. He gets a ride over, and we just start downloading songs at an astronomical rate. And he was
That
like,
was-
this is amazing.
Yeah.
That really was like the biggest jump in internet technology, apart from like copper to fiber optic.
I remember.
Yeah, it was
dude,
wild. It was fucking wild.
being on AIM, having your emo away message, playing Tiberium Sun with dial-up internet, dude. That was my life for like.
Woo! This is a little trip down
Tiberium
memory
Sun,
lane, lads.
oh, Command and Conquer, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, sorry.
So
Big
is it-
digression.
Anyway, last
even
thing I
know what
want to
we're
say
talking-
about this era of the internet is anytime you wanted to download ROMs, you used to have to go through this chain of pop-ups where it would be like, you could
Yeah,
click
ROM
next.
Nation, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, these websites you would do that, right?
It
And
was
then
a minefield.
the first time I ever saw porn, I was with my homie, and
Hell yeah.
and we would close our eyes and like we memorized the clicking pattern to download the ROMs we wanted without having to look at the hentai banners.
You didn't want to see him?
No,
That's some speedrun.
'Cause
shit.
it was-
That's how
dude,
you
it
know
was like-
he's
it was
actually
like-
a
That's
speedrunner,
some
dude.
blindfolded punch
dude,
out
because
shit.
it was
he
like-
fucking
Dude,
he
we were
knows
like
where the
11,
clip is and he's just going.
and it wasn't like girls. It was like hentai strange,
like
like
yaoi
like
wieners and
like your boy
like-
Thunders
like
is like
some
on that.
like some tentacles, some beasts,
Okay.
like some beasts, like you know what I mean, like some cartoon shit that
some
we
mammals.
we
some
didn't want to
beasts.
see, like this cartoon trash.
Right.
And also because it wasn't girls, it was like drawn hentai girls.
Were
We're
you
just like, this is whack.
Newgrounds era was fucked.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Yeah, that was.
You're
Yeah,
also
dude.
that's more waiting to see like a fucking 5-minute flash video.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Loading.
I remember the first time it took a minute for like a long flash
You're
video
like,
to load.
the future.
Yeah, dude. I think that's it.
No, you brought up speedrunning.
Oh, yeah.
When we were playing Melee earlier, I was giving Miles the fucking beans.
That's what
Playing-
was happening.
playing a
Straight up.
fraudulent
I was
character.
playing all sorts of characters, and none of them were giving me much success.
No, we were talking about speedrunning and how, well, we brought up a certain dark issue with speedrunning, but we were
Yeah.
talking about how like
The grind.
there's a weird Venn diagram of Melee and speedrunning, and how I think it's just because they're innately both very technical, and they both demand a lot, but there's a certain degeneracy that comes with speedrunning, I think. Because, like, a tournament is very different from a GDQ in terms of the patrons.
Exactly.
But also, like, a tournament is a social event and a competition, whereas competing every day and just waking up, turning on, like, rolling out of your bed with no sheet on it,
Yeah.
turning on the computer,
Your mattress on the floor.
pushing the cans to one side, and just, like, practicing a 2-frame trick, just, like, wordlessly for, like, potentially hours,
Yeah.
you know, and then like doing runs, fucking runs up. You're like, now I'm 30th on the leaderboard. Wake up, do it again. You're a neat. You fucking trying to
Yeah.
make progress. Oh look, now I'm getting bigger on Twitch. I have to keep streaming every single day and keep getting better and better. Otherwise, no one cares.
It is
It's
sort
like-
of a self-feeding machine. Like,
You have to
you
keep
stream because
going.
you speedrun, and then you speedrun because you stream.
Yeah, and it's a very all of these things are
I'll
happening
be right
without you leaving your house or really talking to anyone else.
Yeah, and that's really interesting. Like, I don't know, and the parallels to Melee are actually like Fuzziness. He's speedruns Melee, but he
Oh.
also competes.
Yeah, I mean, I dabbled in some speedrunning.
That's so weird to me. That was it. You were saying like, what did you speedrun?
Ocarina of Time. I'm like
I think it's fucked up.
I'm like an
What?
hour in to being able to execute the good strats for a 2.5 hour run
Of 100%?
of
No.
Medallion Stone's Trials, which is like you get to see most of the game, but it's just not the TDM of 100%.
Right.
So it's like the heart of the game run, they call it.
I love watching speedrun. I watched a lot through college when I wasn't doing homework. It was awesome.
At my
but
lowest points is when I fire up Zelda again.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never... Like, Neeper told me he used to speedrun 64, Super Mario 64, and I was like, that's weird. Don't be weird. Like, for me, it's like still this stigma.
It is dark.
It's like, I love watching it, but don't do it.
Because it makes you feel like you're doing something when you're really not doing anything. And it's like but like on the flip side, dude, then you talk to a guy who's like quote unquote normie and he's going to tell you about his 2,000 hour WoW account and you just like kill yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the same thing, but people are like, no, that's cool, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's fine. Like then you hear about someone who just grinds Dota every day. They're not a pro. They have no aspirations to be. They're not really a competitor. They just click find match and just play with whoever's there.
Don't look at my Steam account.
Yeah. And you're saying that trying to put a sword into a wall to make it clip and then talk to an NPC on the next frame is wrong?
It's just weird. I guess I'm just old-fashioned like that.
Yeah, but you sit
I need
there
to come around.
You sit there and yell at people on Dota, not for rank, not because you want to be a Dota pro, not because you really like the game, just because it passes the time.
I like the game.
And that's all.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's the same, right? But I know what you're saying in that the times when I really want to play Zelda and I really want to get better at Zelda are like the times when I'm being a degenerate and I'm not doing anything else.
When you're in the dark hole.
Because it gives you this sense of like, I'm learning, I'm doing stuff, I'm progressing.
It is kind of, it's just actually so interesting. Like, ZFG will die one day. As we all will. And like, he's going to go down as the best Ocarina of Time speedrunner that there ever was.
And that's both like meaningless and like a great achievement.
Yeah, that's so fucking weird. Melee is not that bipolar about it.
Well, it is. I mean, the gods will always be remembered. I mean, I'll be like 70 and be like, wow, remember when we played and we watched these great players play?
Right.
But
like
they're legends and they always will be.
But
yeah. But ZFG is like,
I don't know.
It's just so interesting.
I don't know if like generations.
I think
after
ZFG is like
are
very.
going to be talking about Melee legends, like speedrunner legends, because sometimes they're just so locked in, like ZFG or like Sivity Bobo on the banjo side, where it's just like
the Banjo Boys.
Yeah,
that's what you were gonna say.
Boys.
Stivity Bobo and the Banjo Boys.
Those boys were getting locked into something else.
Yeah. If anyone knows anything about Sivity Bobo and a game's done quick, there's some
really
lore.
Need to do this right now.
There's some lore. Just look up.
There's some lore.
Stivity Bobo drama, and it's
that's fucked up too.
God damn it.
You live a humble life of speedrunning Banjo-Kazooie
every day,
and then somehow along your life this lore happens, and now some fucking assholes in a house in Pomona are talking about it.
Yeah, dude.
Because they know about it.
But dude, you know who's the real winner here? Stivity. Because we're fucking talking about him.
Because he's the best, and if you read the lore, it seems like he came out on top, actually. Literally.
Jesus Christ.
But like the point is, what are you trying to say? Like, what a monumental achievement this man has wasted his life on?
Both monumental and meaningless, like you
And
just
that's
said.
like-
and that's
like,
so
I've always-
beautiful.
I've always
and
said
like
to
how
people,
weird and poetic it is.
I've always said to people, like, Melee is like the best waste of my life.
Yeah.
Like,
same.
people are like, why are you going American stuff? I'm like, because I finally found something worth wasting my life on.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, there's just people that will play for years, just going like 0-2, 1-2, making it.
Well,
to
there's people
2-2
who,
and being,
dude. There's like I
content,
can tell you,
know?
there's 1 million people logged onto Dota right now, and maybe like 300-400 of them are really going for it, like really trying to be pro,
Yeah.
and the rest of them are just playing through their games.
No, same thing with speedrunning. Like, it's just like the time sink you put into anything.
Yeah, and that's
It's
what
like-
makes you a legend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Naturally.
But some people don't get to that legendary status, you know? Like,
And that's the saddest part, is like to live a life of like trying
almost
of like
making it.
well,
yeah,
it's how you,
like, if you-
To almost making it to almost being famous.
yeah.
yeah, like
whatever.
I mean, it's how, if that person's like about it though, you know?
Yeah. I
Then
mean,
it's
it's all in the
like-
beholder, right?
Yeah.
They
I
had a
think
fun time
like
doing it.
Melee people would say like the same thing, like this is like really stupid and degenerate, but like I don't care this time
Yeah.
because it's worth it to me.
I mean, you at that point, you kind of live for the moments, you know?
Yeah, and
Like-
that's amazing. I think that finding Melee like really freed me to live for the moment.
Yeah.
And I think not a lot of people have that, and that's really cool.
I still don't. I love Melee. You know what? I came back from Evo with the fire. That hasn't happened in a while.
How's that? Is that still there?
You saw my Falcon.
Yeah, no, you did.
Bullshit
You did pretty well. You were doing some stuff.
I'm
I
feeling
used-
it again.
I
I'm
used
just
to
saying.
want-
everything.
And I want
combos
to
and
commentate.
everything.
I'm ready to shill. This is why I'm ready to shill. Because I went to Evo. I've played. I felt good, even though I fucking got screwed out of my.
That
Pool.
moonset was so
The moonset
close.
was so close. I can't walk away
Also-
from that.
Toph, stop coming at my boy's neck like that.
Toph in commentary said, "How did he even make it to winners finals?" And then he immediately retracted. He's like, "I shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that."
And Scar had this man's back because he knew.
Honestly,
likes
I've been
Falcon.
thinking
Yeah.
that about Toph's Fox.
I'm
for
a fucking
minute.
Falco
Like,
main, by
how
the
did
way.
Toph make it to top 64? I was watching Toph get bodied by like a
By
miss-
Fendi. I said it.
No comment.
No, I
I'm
was
trying to
watching
shill
Toph,
here.
I was watching Toph in bracket get bodied by like a Misk Fox and barely scrape it game 3. And
Didn't
he's
he
in
beat somebody
round
good
1.
though? He
No,
beat somebody good.
Toph
though.
is good.
Toph's good.
That's the problem is everyone thinks commentators are shit.
No,
but they're all
Toph isn't
so
a bad
good.
melee player, but all I'm saying
Toph is really
I
good.
saw him out there in pools playing game 3 with a no-name Fox that almost beat him. Like, who's he to say, oh, how is this guy even here? It's like, dude, you were 1 second away from not being here yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you say what you say on
See,
commentary.
this
It's
is-
fine.
This is the start of the shill. You just don't want to say things.
No, well, yeah, actually, yeah.
Hey, that's how you be a homie TM, though, right? Like, you never really
I need to
speak
be a
out.
homie TM to every person I meet in Melee.
From
Yeah.
here on out. And
Because if not, then I don't get the shill opportunities.
sucks, man.
Then fucking Kyle beep gets on commentary and
You know what, though? Like, being a homie to everyone you
Kyle.
meet in Smash, like,
Kyle who?
only really in Claremont is that not the status quo.
to what?
Just
Shill?
be a homie to everyone you meet. Like, I feel like only we'd be like, but be nice to everyone? That's shilling, bro. When in actual fact, that's just like
It's just like with
that's just
decent human
Irvine.
beings.
That's just like most cool smashes.
Yeah. It's a new day. It's a new shiny day with the shill sun coming out.
Dude, it's not even
The shill sun is a dark star that has Hungrybox atop it. Just
dude, Hungry
Let's
Box-
hang.
riding it like
hey,
Apollo.
Hbox, I didn't mean all that shit. Let's hang.
This is actually the worst day of my life.
Dude, Hungry Box
This
isn't
is
even
single-handedly the worst day of my life.
People don't
And
want
I
to
spent
admit it.
You and me.
And I
And
spent
Crunch, too!
and I spent a night in Norms in Claremont,
Oh no.
and this is worse.
You're going to blast that lad right
Don't
now?
do it.
Nah, don't
Miguel's
do
fine. Just lay off the veganism. It's not a chill bit.
Yeah, questioning somebody else's eating habits really isn't a chill bit.
For hours.
it. Yeah, you really got the third degree from just that dude. I think that's it, boys. I think we ran out of things to talk about. Evo was severely recapped. Kneecapped, even. And, yeah. I hope the gambling story wasn't too boring. It felt kind of like
Yeah.
you had to be there. But whatever.
I don't
Evo
know. I think
kinda
we told it
sucks.
with enough gusto.
Fuck Evo for
Dude,
snuffing
listen, I
Melee
want to
Japan.
listen. I want
Go
to get
to-
more positivity out of you, Mister.
Here we go. Here's the positivity. Go to the Red Bull Gods Gatekeepers.
The bag of chips
Why
tournament.
not?
Yeah, that sick. Go to Pat's house. Definitely go to that
Pat's
one.
house gonna be fire. Chroma get me on commentary. That's the thing. I don't need to shill with guys like Chroma because
I
we're
don't need
just-
to shill when the homies are chill. You know.
Boom.
I'm doing it for the homies right now.
That's no. Go ahead, do your thing,
No,
baby.
you've been a shill, bro.
Shake your wee wee.
I get nothing out of everything I do. I want you to know.
And that's
That's what
not
I'm
that's
fucking
not
talking
noble.
about.
That's not noble.
That's the
Take
bad
a
melee
piece.
way.
Take a little piece.
I'm gonna die on a hill with nothing around me, dude.
Oh
It's
yes.
just the hill.
Yes.
That's like actually my greatest fear, but my greatest motivator as well.
Yeah, it's like the beautiful, like it's the most poetic thing ever. Like we were talking about, to die with nothing.
Dude, I want to die with nothing, but
You
dying because you had nothing and literally couldn't eat prematurely.
no, that sucks. That's not
Yeah,
very chill.
That's not chill.
That's not chill. I'm not saying. I mean, I'm gonna have things.
Keep chilling. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, go to the Red Bull because it's $10
And
in
it's
LA.
here.
It's here.
We can just drive to it.
Super close. If you're
I'll try to commentate that too. My reel is going on everybody's.
if for
Mailbox.
whatever reason you're not gonna or you're out of state and want to come to it, Airbnb is the goat.
Or house some smashers.
Exactly.
Don't be weird.
You got homies.
Hey, you know who to call.
Shill to get at the Chong house where flies.
You got a shill to
are-
chill. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
boys?
Pat's house because it's dope. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Legendary tournament
Yeah,
series.
that's
I knew it
a
was
super
great.
legendary series.
I think smashed the record. Go to that.
Yeah, that's here.
I don't
I'm
know
going,
many
I'm
details
going to
about that,
STR
but-
strictly to meet. Goose said that he would introduce me to Lockwood potentially.
Yo.
he said that he said, "Are you going to STR?" Because he knows I'm a Melee player. Because I'm subbed to his stream. I pay him to talk to me on his stream.
Big shills.
You think Stivity is gonna be there?
Oh no!
If
Stop
he is,
talking about
if he is, I'm
Stivity,
not bringing
boys.
my Tinder date. I'll say that.
Listen, boys, stop talking about Stivity. All right, he ran one train.
Please. It wasn't just him.
Anyway,
It was a locomotive full of.
what you
all of-
viewers need to take away is, if you see me after Smash the Record, I might have been introduced to Ryan R. Lockwood.
A true fucking legend.
Yeah. Shill. That's the only time I'll allow you to shill. Honestly.
And honestly, I'm down to shill whatever quantity it takes for me to shake that man's hand.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You just get the magic rubbing off on you on that one.
But point is, support.
I'm Big House.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
going to
gonna
Big
I was gonna wrap it up with
Sorry.
support SoCal tournaments that are good
Sure.
that are like, especially like a Red Bull like production that's only $10, super dope. Pat's House, San Diego runs a tight ship, the tightest ship.
Listen, when you're talking
And
about
charity.
trike,
Trike.
when trike is involved,
When trike is involved, it's going fucking down.
Exactly.
listen, don't ever question a trike event.
Meet me at the mall. Meet him at the mall.
Yeah.
I would actually fight any trikator.
Straight up.
Straight down the line. Like, I don't care if you're 6'4", 200. Like, let's fucking
Let's
run it.
dance, baby.
Trike has the whole block by his side. If anyone.
Trike
tries
has
to step
If
in.
this
Shooters,
was the
dude.
wire, he'd be running like
Oh, yeah.
several corners.
Yeah, exactly.
By
And you know
himself.
what? He'd be the kind of guy who like would walk into a meeting. Most other guys would try to use the stick. You know, Trike would just give him a couple carrots and they just do what he wants. You know. Some guys would try to be intimidating. Trike would just be like, "I know we can see eye to eye on this."
Ooh.
That's good.
Yeah, because SoCal has, like, there hasn't been a lot of big tournaments in SoCal recently.
No,
Like
there
bigger ones. So go to them and support your scene.
Yeah.
Unless Chong is running your tournament.
Don't say that.
Hey, whoa!
In his
I'm
own
joking.
fucking house.
I'm sorry, Chong. I'm sorry.
He's not up there.
I think he's up there.
He's
Where
been
is
listening
Chong?
with his ear
Yeah.
to the ground this whole time.
Hey!
I hope he comes down and fights me.
You hear him running down the stairs. Yeah.
His boxer briefs,
American Dragon.
bag spaghetti sauce all over his mouth.
Just you go to his room and it's just like Prego jars just everywhere. Ragu. I don't know.
He just pours it in and just fucking mixes it up like salad.
You guys don't know how close
Do we take
this
chat
is
questions?
to the truth. This is
Chat want to
dangerously
say
close.
anything? Chat want to pop off on our asses
Yeah.
before we go?
What's up, Chroma?
Let's do some questions.
Fuck yeah. Questions.
No one's talking in the chat.
Everybody
Oh,
hates
suck.
us.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up, dude.
Ooh, it's a hot.
Hey, 33 without shilling, am I right?
I didn't shill at all. I
that's
shilled
about
on my Twitter,
500.
which I talk about bullshit on every day. So no shills.
Listen, if we post on Reddit, but we...
Maybe I will.
Dude, do it. An image?
Oh god.
Uh-oh. Wait, does it say...
Is this a safe link?
Who is
Holy
this?
shit.
So I'm going to describe this the best I can.
This is not a chill link.
It's a link R&D group, and it's shared to SoCal Melee from a person named Pinky Schindler, and both the profile picture and the banner image on this profile
Oh.
is what appears to be a furry female
No,
version.
it's a pony, I think, is what
Ah,
the lads would
a
refer to that one as.
pony
Yeah.
female version of Link from Legend of Zelda with gigantic breasts
And pink hair.
and visible nipples through the tunic. So that's the kind of people that main Link. So
This person also works at a Dollar Tree. which
Yeah,
I
I was
think
just
like
I was just about to
it's
say
just
that.
the
Just like,
perfect thing that just like glues it all
it's
together.
like
Yeah.
degenerate retail job, is a furry,
yeah,
plays
Just like
Link.
probably slightly overweight.
It's like a beautiful archetype that's
Yeah.
just straight out of the collective unconscious.
No, Mom, they're not figures.
Come on, don't be rude. This person
not-
plays Link.
No, I'm
No.
talking about like he's referring to his like.
No,
anime
I know.
Dolls.
That's
yeah.
not fair to say.
I'd say that's pretty spot on.
If you're
pretty
looking at
par
those
for the
damn
course.
cartoons again, I swear to God.
See, that
No,
person didn't
Dad.
have to grow up probably young, right? So didn't have to grow up with LimeWire and catching hentai left and right. You know, they just get whatever on
This
demand.
man probably either grew up without a dad or his dad's sad right now. He's either got no dad or a sad dad.
I think it's sad dad. I think it's mostly sad dad.
You think it's mostly sad dad?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't think your dad can be sad if he's just uninvolved in your life, which is also a
You know how
possibility.
you were saying that you're like traditional when it comes to games and you think speedrunning's degenerate?
Yeah.
I think with my son, I'd be like, oh, he doesn't like sports. Like, oh, this is going down a bad. Like, I think I'd be a pretty
What?
traditional dad. Like, I like sports to some extent. Like, just like not liking normal stuff. I think I'd be a.
What if
pretty-
your son was into Melee 2,
how
like
fuck-
Melee the second?
Yeah, brother. Of course. There's competition.
Oh, okay,
There's
okay, okay.
testosterone.
But if your son was a
If he was
speedrunner,
if he was trying to tell me that he didn't want to do any of that, he wanted to like have a display picture like the one we just saw. I think, is that traditional to say that would make me a sad dad?
I think so. Yeah, I mean it's not very progressively minded.
I mean, I'm as progressive as they go.
yeah.
I'm anti-natalist, so I would probably never have kids. But if I did have a kid and they were a furry, I'd drop their ass in a heartbeat.
Dead that item.
That's where
Dead that item.
get that ass banned. You're
Miss-
out of my fucking house.
Miss me with those furry bullshit.
Oh.
That's why you gotta like if you're
Even anime though, I'd like pretend like I've watched some animes in my life. I've watched Fullmetal Alchemist, but I'd be like, this is going.
There's a
down.
line though.
I'd be like, this is going down a path I don't like.
right. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah,
right?
because like your kid starts getting into
watching anime. And
getting it like. I've watched some anime in my time.
same.
I've watched Fullmetal Alchemist.
Everyone
I've watched
was-
Ping Pong the animation.
Oh, that's like cool people. Anime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I,
I
don't
mean,
fuck with that.
I
that
assume that
slice
me and
of
you
life
were like
shit.
Adult Swim.
Yeah. No, I
Anime,
came
yeah.
up on Adult
Yeah.
Swim.
That's
yeah.
a cartoon though. That's like that's a joke.
mean,
No,
They
Adult
had
Swim used to
anime.
run anime.
Like
Oh.
Trigun and
Oh, okay,
shit.
yeah,
Dragon Cowboy Bebop.
yeah.
Blue Gender was good.
But I'm saying if I catch my son watching that slice of life, he's catching the belt. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
he's back on Newgrounds. That's still around.
He's
for
on
some reason.
E-bombs for some reason.
He's on Newgrounds playing dating sims.
and you're like, how'd you
just
find?
like,
He's
yeah.
on Second Life,
No, like-
playing out his furry dream.
At that point, like I'm trying not to worry, but I'm kind of looking at him sideways, like he's combo on Saturday night.
Like, oh, is he
Like,
gonna make it out of this?
I don't want to tell him nothing. I'm not gonna be like, dude, pull it together. Like this is getting wild.
If I have
Because I like the guy.
if I have to have a talk with my kid about furries, I'm just gonna end it. Honestly.
I mean,
I'd hope that it doesn't get to that point.
that's
though.
what I'm saying. If you're a parent, it's your job
What if it's
to
just
make
in
sure
a-
it doesn't get to that point. You got to pay
But, like,
attention
what
to
do
your
you
kid.
do
You
if
got to
you-
love your
What
kid.
if you try to like raise a hitter from day
Furries
one?
don't have fathers that loved them and
or
were involved in their
all,
life.
like masculine. Putting
Well-
that out there.
Okay, no, yeah, okay. No,
I feel like every furry, the mom yells at the dad.
that's fucked up. But I think you might be on to something.
I honestly, that's a hard
I kinda
read.
like that. I don't want to yuck anyone's yums, by the way.
Yeah.
Just like
I don't want to like.
I'm not trying.
I don't
want
to perpetuate a sort of toxic masculinity type of ideal,
I
but
mean,
I feel
I
like
think there's a good amount of stick that needs to go with the carrots, and I'm not trying to say I love my son no matter what.
yeah.
I'm 100% down to have a gay son. I'm not
Hell
down.
yeah.
I'm not down to have a son that wants to look at 2D drawings and work at Dollar Tree for the rest of his life.
They're completely different, dude.
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, no, it's hard. You don't want to grow up and your neighbor down the street, Randall, his sons came up and went to college and got a journalism
And
degree.
you see him at home and he's like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Domney, like how's it doing?" He's mowing his dad's lawn. His girlfriend's at 10.
And you have
He's,
to
he's working. He's got an internship at IBM already. He's a computer scientist, but you would never pick it because he's jacked.
and you have to pick up your son's furry costume
Yeah,
that came in
from
the
the
mail.
You
dry
have to
cleaner
yeah.
because
He
the cum
doesn't-
stains.
He doesn't do his own laundry, so
Yeah.
you got to wash his fucking hentai T-shirts
and
that he wears to
it has to be
Comic-Con.
dry cleaned. For whatever reason.
He's still like yelling for hot pockets.
Ooh, that's an L.
That's such an
A
L.
parental L has to be the hardest one to take.
And I'm
man.
being a hypocrite here because like
Yeah, what do your parents think of you?
yeah no my parents, my mom actually messages me after every Melee tournament. She watches the streams.
Aww.
His dad was in his stream last night and was like, "Watch out for those ices."
Aww.
My dad knows I hate climbers,
That's
dude.
fucking
I was
adorable.
grinding.
I said that's the most. I was like, that's so adorable.
I was grinding against climbers. I have this I have a few scripts like saves on Dolphin that link into a 20xx that have replays. You know how you can do a replay?
Yeah.
I have save states of replays,
You make them do shit. And you
so
can run
I don't have to
drills.
make the replay every time. I don't have to get the people in the position I want them to because I can just open the save state that has that replay. So I have a time attack ice climbers one where it's just like tests how fast you can kill, how many nanas you can kill in 3 minutes, and every time you reset the replay, the timer doesn't change.
Oh, cool.
So you can just respawn them to center stage. You're in the middle of them. You're doing a shine, and then it's just how quick can you kill them from there, and it's just a consistency thing. Anyway, I was grinding that, and my dad was like, "Stay sharp on those climbers."
It was
And my
cutest
parents,
thing I've ever
my parents
seen.
are like hippies. You know, they've supported me no matter what, and they've always told me do whatever you want to do. And
Was there
his
ever a...
dad's Twitch name is Don's Pop.
Oh, my God. That's fucking
I
adorable.
fucking melted, dude.
Oh, that makes me feel something.
Yeah.
Some type of way.
my mum's Twitch account is Don's Ma.
Oh, my. And they team up in chat.
Yeah, no, they go in on the Victorian chat like when I'm at the local.
That's adorable.
But they love what I do. But
you know what
like,
my dad says?
I'm just on
Hey,
enough.
you got any conventions coming up?
I'm just on enough
He
of
knows
a
I
high
travel
horse.
for Melee.
Like I'm
My
on
mom
enough
is
of a
like,
high
"Hey,
horse
get
where
that
I'm like,
shit
what
out of
I'm
your
doing
face."
isn't degenerate. When in actual fact it is.
Right. But, yeah.
You gotta
So I'm
sponsor
saying,
though. So
I'm
it's
saying
like
I would
that
accept
kinda-
me, but not an equally degenerate doing something else me.
Was there a time in your guys' life where you could have taken that turn down a fork and ended up having a furry dry cleaned from your
I had
parents?
chronic fatigue when I was like 16, 17. Or like 15, 16. So I was inside for like a year and a half pretty much on my own. Like I couldn't really move much.
Is this why Canes fucks up your stomach?
I don't think so.
Is that
I think
correlated at all?
that's more just not being brought up on American trash. But anyway, I was inside for like 2 years of my life, and yeah, there was times when like I wasn't seeing people a lot just because of my lifestyle. And then I played pro poker for the next 3 years, which is it's basically speedrunning, but you're not it's the same thing. You just
It's
learn about
speedrunning but you can ruin your life doing it.
or make a ton of money going pro.
Yeah. That's
Well,
so
that's
fire.
Yeah. Like, basically, like, I was being coached, like, 3 hours a day. I was coaching somebody else paid for, like, 2 hours. I was being coached for, like, doing 2 hours of
Ponzi
coaching.
scheme, dude. I bet your student was coaching someone too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
information isn't free, right?
Yeah.
I was mostly coaching my coach's first-year students.
So
What I'm saying is I was spending, like, 10 to 12 hours a day just to solo, either talking to someone on Skype or playing poker. I was playing, like, 8 hours a day myself, and I was playing 40-hour, 50-hour weeks. And so there was, like, a 2-3 year period where I was just doing this, and my main communication with people was just about a strategy game on Skype.
Okay.
And I would go and see my friends and stuff on weekends, but like Monday through Friday, that's what I was doing. And that's like kind of speedrunning, I guess.
Okay.
And like there's just a lot of time. Yeah, I mean, I was being more productive than maybe the average NEET, but I was like still waking up, spending most of my time in the house.
Oh, that's a good question though. Is like being a neat on a long enough timeline of neatery, do you end up just liking hentai? Or like
I
or
think you just
having
get,
a furry
get
outfit.
further and further removed from like what's real, and you stop being able to associate with like normal things.
Right.
I don't think I ever like got on that crossroad.
No?
I don't
But,
know.
like-
I don't think I got on the sexual deviant crossroad.
Well,
of like,
not even just that. Just like into like.
I think I got
weird
more and more used
shit.
to spending time on my own and like became less social because of it.
It was dangerous for me because I came up in a period where random for the sake of random, talking about Penguin of Doom, like that shit was unironic in my
Yeah.
day. Like
Yeah.
Viva La Bam, like just being le random guy, that played.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that
so
was a real gag.
it
yeah.
was real easy to accept that for what it was and go down that hole and just shop at Hot Topic for the
And
rest of
just
your
be
life.
an asshole. Yeah.
But I feel like that's what irony or like I was only pretending to be retarded or a bad person or like any of that is of today, you know.
I
Right,
think
right,
for
right,
us
right.
though, I'm like, I know me and Miles are the same age, but like, I was a
I
bit
think
like,
you're younger.
yeah, I was a bit
Personally.
like ahead because I had like an older neighbor, like by like a couple of years. So like he kind of brought me in with everything. Like, this is the new shit. So it's like, we kind of were at the boom of like social media. Like
Yeah,
kinda starting,
MySpace,
like, MySpace, AIM, Zynga, Friendster.
Li-
I was the kind of
LiveJournal.
guy who
Yeah.
didn't want to have a MySpace.
Yeah,
I was
whatever.
that kid, dude.
But like, I mean, I think like any degenerate turn I could have took was still very social.
Okay.
You know, like
The worst degenerate turns are the antisocial ones. Really.
yeah, like
Because like if you're gonna be like, if you like your degenerate turn is like, oh, I play in hardcore bands and sleep on a floor, like that's not degenerate to me. That's the same as Melee. It's like you're doing something you like with people you like.
Yeah.
You're not
the
making
social
much
aspect
money.
is important.
It's
exactly.
Like, and like the aspect of like really striving for something and like believing in something, like putting your brain or like your investment, your like personal beliefs into something. And I think if my kid was doing that towards anything constructive, I wouldn't really have a beef.
But what if it was like fucking other people dressed as tigers?
I'm not with it.
Like that.
That is just so
that's
far.
but
from,
that's
like,
that's another thing is like we had every like as much as we had like the social media outlet, we had every opportunity. Like Newgrounds was like booming when I was like going into my teenage years, you know, like that kind of like coming of age thing. And it's like if anyone has bid on Newgrounds, it's like literally like 50% hentai,
we were definitely
50% like other flash.
We
like,
were definitely
video
the first
shit.
generation with the real possibility
With-
of like fucking your life up on some internet shit.
Yeah. See, now it's very safe. That people like 18-year-olds now, they grew up on like YouTubers. How gentle and beautiful is that?
Yeah.
They watch.
But like still like hardcore like as we were saying like Heather Deep Throat like or whatever her name was probably wasn't doing shit like you have to wait like days for that one clip. It's 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
you had to wait so long, and
you can't have 18
you would
tabs.
click every 10 minutes, and it would buffer like 2 more seconds.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, we're getting there.
And
About to see it.
she's like, it's like the start of the strip.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
and all that for like a 2-minute video.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like kids these days like, and not only porn, which is widely accessible, but like mainstream media just being like, yeah, like we joke a lot about like flipping packs and stuff, but like kids really do.
Kids
grow
grow up
up
thinking whipping on the stove is a viable option.
Or like, if you
No,
hear
seriously.
anything enough times, like there's obviously a psychology between like she a hoe, she a thought, like pop that pussy. Like there's enough like reinforcement there to make kids like really antisocial and like
Agreed. Yeah.
Well, that's what's like fucked is like
this like get ahead mentality of like have sex with people without feeling it because that's what rappers do.
Jet might know, because Jet also went to. You went to Poly, right? Yeah. Like Long Beach is pretty like fucked. So like I know like kids who like are my age
and
who like
aren't joking about the block.
aren't joking about the block. Like their block is always hot. Feds are literally watching, and it's like
as Waka Flocka would say, like
Yeah.
broad day front yard with the SK.
And it's
like
like-
they're living that life.
and it's
like,
this weird like fucked up thing in my like this weird cognitive dissonance I have in my head where it's like that's a very antisocial like fucked life where my friends are literally talking about like dealing like drugs and like killing people on my Facebook page just out for everyone to see.
Yeah, you gotta let them know.
And that's like more acceptable than like the dude at FurCon. That was a little too close to me.
because you
that
know
I had
what?
to like
You know what though, dude?
dog, I'm here for Melee.
You know
Don't
what though,
look at
dude?
me.
Like, there's, I guess maybe it's a traditional thing to think like, well, those boys out on the street, they're trying to make money, which is something that like
Yeah,
is
I mean
mostly respected.
it's
B, they're socially
disenfranchised.
respected.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, maybe they're not going to live very long, but they're going to be right as well. They do it. Like that's the mentality.
Yeah, but I'm saying like even with me like woke now, where it's like, oh, this is a disenfranchised
Yeah.
person. It was like
No,
even
but
before
I
that.
think it's
it
because
was
the
like,
guys at FurCon are dead inside, whereas these boys on the street are still riding for the moment where in a couple years they probably
they're running
will
it
die.
up, dude.
Yeah,
They're running it
and
up.
you can't hate a man who's trying to run some fucking bread to the bakery.
Yeah.
Or run some dough to the bakery.
You're
rather,
right. Yeah,
to
you
bake
can't.
some, you know.
But and that's the thing. I there is no
But
honor in
it's
being a
kind
furry.
it's still degenerate in a way.
It
you know?
is. It is. And it's
Like,
just,
yeah.
it's the same degeneracy that us as Melee. Like, there's an aspiration, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
An
like-
almost intangible aspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like wanting to be a block star, or like wanting to run the local at Melee, or like wanting to do whatever, be a golf champion, or like aspiring to do anything, is very different from like typing weird AIM messages and going to a place where people are like
RXD.
pretending to be an image that's drawn. Mostly.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, replicating that in costumes.
Right.
Shout outs to Pinkley Schindler.
Yeah, thank you for this enlightening
Yeah.
spark of a discussion on getting.
So for you at home, if you're thinking about ever clicking something mildly questionable, get the AK and the packs out instead.
It's a more honorable life. There's
Honestly-
no honor in fucking other people dressed like tigers.
There isn't.
Zero.
But like, if you run a trap house and you run the block, amen.
Don't be mad at your parents when they disown you for doing that shit.
Yeah,
They're in the right. You're in the wrong.
they
Just
are.
saying.
This is
Next time your pa says,
questions,
let's go
questions,
fucking shoot some
questions.
duck, maybe say yes for once.
Yeah, fuck.
Neeper asks, did Slime tell the story of how Neeper almost became a furry?
Oh.
No.
No.
Oh.
Neeper, why
Neeper's
did you
told me this story, actually. I've
Neeper,
heard this
why
story
aren't
through
you
Nick, I
here?
think.
Fuck.
Yeah, apparently the first porn Neeper ever watched was furry porn by accident.
Whoa.
Like, you know when you're just young and you type like boobies into the internet
Yeah.
and it just like the
You're like,
internet
let's go.
the internet just like spits you out.
Back
What?
then too, it was like there wasn't any. It was just
There wasn't
literally
any-
random. It
there
was
wasn't
just
anything
there was no
to tell you, like-
optimization.
yeah, it was just like it was.
so apparently
fucked,
like
dude.
the first things Neeper saw of porn was fur porn, so he just thought that was normal. And like
Holy
obviously
shit.
there's like titties and shit, so it's like his 12-year-old self was like kind of clicking it.
Yeah, it's like, well, this seems about right.
Yeah, and he just didn't know straight up that like this wasn't like the bulk of this. Like this was like a fringe content, and like there were actual girls online.
Fringe is a good word, I guess.
Jesus. Well, I'm glad he made it out. Actually, we don't know, to be honest. Newgrounds will do that.
That's what
Yeah.
I said.
Newgrounds was a pretty
Degenerate
volatile
site.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very. It was like the Wild West.
It was like
but
the
with-
sickest, most like actual like.
It was kind of like
sick,
4chan.
disgusting,
It was for
like,
4chan for
place ever.
content, right?
You know what I used to look at when in early internet days? Because my friend would be like, "Hey, check this out, rotten.com."
Yeah.
You would just look at decomposing bodies and gore and shit, and you're just like, it comes at you so fast, and you're like,
You're
yeah.
scrolling. It's kind of like live leak.
It's like,
when you're watching someone
yeah.
links you a live leak video, and it's like man gets hit by AK round from
Yeah.
like 200 feet,
Jesus.
and it just
Those
his head
fucking
just
war footage.
his head just explodes like a watermelon, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, you can't stop thinking about it for
No,
like
like,
an hour.
And
Like
then-
you literally witnessed just like.
If you keep watching those links, you're just like, yep, good
It-
shot.
Yeah. As
It was
advertised.
like
Yeah, like-
Rodden, and I think.
You're like,
was
I
it-
wonder
was
what
it
attachments.
Motherless?
Steakandcheese.com.
Yeah, there's just like a ton
Ugh.
of fucked.
I don't know what steak and
Dude,
cheese is.
Same
I
thing.
feel like the
but with
internet.
titties.
The internet was so much more volatile and fucked up back then than it was now.
It
Oh,
wasn't.
these
There
sites
was
still
there was less
exist,
shills.
Everything was contained,
There was
or is
less
contained now.
shills.
There were. It was more like you type that URL box was like a fucking roll of the dice.
So-
You type in
it-
rotten, you're getting decomposing bodies. You type in fucking.
I think the Google algorithms were just a lot worse.
That's what we're saying is like
There's
you
no
can type in the
optimization.
same thing like once and
not
then
the
like
Google, the Lycos engine.
yeah, like 5 minutes later, type in the same shit and you get like different results that you hadn't clicked on yet. I remember it being like so fucked up, and on your like fucking shitty internet
This- I think
connection,
this
you're
kind-
just clicking the first thing because like half the page isn't.
Yeah,
loaded.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
it's
that?
just- Yeah.
I think there's still
trying
like
to see a picture and it's coming in sections, and then it's fucked
I
up.
think that still exists, but we're just like more mature and don't look at it anymore. Like that, you know how you were saying that era of like, oh, this is right. Like, the internet is showing me this man's head bursting. Like, we know that exists now.
That-
like,
yeah.
if we wanted to find that image, we could. But back then, it was like, whoa, this is on the internet.
Right.
It was like you can see a man die.
Well, it was like
You know what I mean? It was like outrageous that it was there, and now we just
Yeah.
know it's there. So we go on Facebook instead.
it was
That's like a-
outrageous, but it was also like the norm. You know?
It was like if
Maybe
you had an
among
older
edgy
brother down the
teenagers.
street who had the internet, you guys probably saw some fucking pictures.
You were on Meatspin, changing the fucking
D-
wallpaper
yeah,
or like the
yeah.
open browser.
We used to
link
have LANs,
Meatspin
and like
every
we
time.
would flip the desktop, and it's really hard to unflip it because then the mouse inverts,
Yeah.
and the words are upside down, and you just like change their entire background to upside down gay porn,
Yeah.
and then when you flip it, it's right side up, but the mouse don't work right.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're struggling
Yeah,
to get it.
and
yeah.
we're like, why are you looking at that, bro? They turn their monitor off, they turn it back on, the gay porn the right way up, but the right click not working.
So good. But like now it's like more contained and it has more of like niche places that you
Yeah.
can go. Which is like now because we know where everything is.
because the
like, you
boomers
can't-
got a hold of it.
Yeah.
The boomers now they need the internet to trade their stocks.
It
and
used to be like this like almost like
it used to be fucking weird.
It was a kiddie playground
and not
almost.
and not optimized and fucked up and didn't work and the Wild West.
yeah, it was sick.
People kind of realized how much money it was going to be worth really fast.
Yeah.
But like I feel like we're the kind of guys right now who go and post on 4chan unironically that the site was ever good.
It was different,
Yeah.
but
I mean I don't know. This is too much of a nostalgia trip. What's up, Neeper? What do you got for us? How's
I hope
Anyway,
I told the furry Nippy story.
we should run it to the end pretty soon here. Give
Yeah.
us one more jet, and
more
we'll
good
fucking
a couple good ones?
one more.
This guy's got a hunger for it now.
What?
This was a man who had cold feet about the three-way a couple hours
I
ago.
know. Hey, do we think we could get somebody else on last
Can we
minute?
really
something
do
like
it?
that?
Just the
I
three
come-
I
of
told
us?
you to be fine.
I come from a community where it's always more than 3.
Is that it?
Look at the Stivity Bobo.
No.
The Banjo Boys.
The Banjo-
They're on the loose.
The Banjo Boys, 4 or more is our motto, dude.
Jesus. It's rough.
Gamefacts.com.
Fuck.
You know what? You know how you're saying that like you have like a
What the fuck is your problem?
let's reward this man.
Oh, fuck.
P-Dub is a legend.
Is it Phil?
Is it actually is it P-Dub in the chat?
Huh? Oh, yeah, that guy, he knows Phil because he's from Chicago and Phil's from Chicago.
P-Dub's cool.
Not much to say. He's just a really cool guy.
I haven't seen P-Dub
Honestly,
in like forever.
I've had good interactions with
He
P-Dub.
graduated and he moved away.
Fuck, that sucks. It was a cool dude.
Never had a bad time hanging out with P-Dub.
Never once in my life had a bad time.
He told me how he had canes, or it might have been Donahue's, and it like fucked him.
That's the
the
roll of
whole-
the dice,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I think we had canes that day.
Yeah,
I
and
was
he
with him.
I
was
will
saying-
shill for a P-Dub any day of my life.
If you're shilling for a homie, it isn't really a shill. It's just being a homie.
It's more a shout out.
Yeah.
And that's what all of those guys at the top would tell you.
Yeah.
Jesus
Better question than that though, because whatever.
Hoka and Billy said talk about Nico and Tapes.
Nico and Tape. Oh.
He told me.
Not a
Tapes
lot of
literally
people-
said,
Oh.
he literally said,
I've heard this
don't
story.
talk about this on your podcast.
No, dude.
Tape strolled Nico.
I-
mean,
I
that's
say
what
we
it came
shame
down.
him.
Shame him.
Why? It's kind of funny.
It
It's
is
also-
really funny.
It's funny because Nico's like the nicest person.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
I-
like,
Nico is so nice and would never. Nico is like the last person in the community who would do that after
I
a
know.
loss.
and I could actually see
I'll
like
abridge this.
Nico's reaction to just being like,
You can
Wait,
see
what?
it on the video that I took.
"You."
Yeah. So we're at Friday Night
Nico would
Turn
be like, "There's been some sort of mistake."
Yeah.
we're at Friday Night Turn a couple
He's
weeks
just-
ago.
Wait, what? No.
And,
what do you mean?
Tapes is a Samus player. Has played for a while. Nico is a Puff player. They're both really good. And so Tapes loses to Kami, and Tapes doesn't believe that he should have lost to Kami. So much, in fact, that he looks at the bracket to see who they played next, the winner, and it's Nico. So instead of going and reporting his match correctly, he goes up to Nico after losing to Kami and saying, "Hey, I won. We gotta play." And so they proceed to have the Tape sits down with Nico, and they proceed to have a best of 3 Puff Samus set. And we're all fucking watching, and we're like, is he really going through with this? And they're banning, and they're fucking RPSing, and they play, and it's like a game 3 like ass clencher, and we're just fucking.
And I feel like it wasn't it like everyone that was watching.
Everyone
just, like,
knew.
had like the like secret oath to
Oh,
not.
no.
Yeah,
tell.
no,
They
no,
were just like,
no
we
one,
let
no one,
this
no one
happen."
broke the news. We were just all watching, and because we were like, is he really gonna fucking go through
Yeah.
with this? So we're playing, and we also wanted to know what would happen if he won or lost.
Yeah.
What does he do? So Tapes.
You want to see how far he can take this lie?
Yeah, exactly. So we're just all watching from the side, just laughing our asses off, even though it's stupid. Tapes loses, and I have this on I took it on my phone.
Well-
So they bump fists, and Tapes like, "Yeah, good game, man." And fucking Nico stands up. He had a nice win. You know, he's feeling
happy.
pretty good. He goes over to Jerry the TO, and he's like, and this is also what I got on recording. And he's like, "Yeah, I just beat Tapes 2-1." And Jerry's like, what are you talking about? He's like, Tapes, you know, and it just unfolds, and
No, you have to play Kami.
and
And
it
then
was
he
so
goes and asks Kami, and he's like, "No, I bodied him."
it was just so fucking and then Jerry was like, "Why did you do that?" Just screaming,
Yeah.
and we're all just fucking dying laughing.
Honestly, I've never met Tapes.
he
I never
looks
played
like the
against
kind
him.
of man who would do that.
Honestly, like, I hate to roast a guy like out the gate like this that I've never met, but I'm gonna say that really speaks on someone's character. Like, all we have in Melee is like this trust of like, there's no game situation that reports it. It's a community thing where we just all tell the truth. And like,
I
imagine
thought it was funny as fuck.
like if you're
That's
playing if you're playing someone in a corner and you take a loss to like a random guy that you've never seen before, you can go up to the TL and be like, "No, I didn't lose. I don't know why he's telling you he won because you didn't." and then it's just my word against his.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's going to
no,
create
it's,
this
it's
really,
lawless. Yeah,
and it's like the same as when you're playing net play. I've never once had someone click them when I won. They'll be salty. They'll be like
I did
raging in the
once.
chat.
it happens sometimes, but I know what you're
I
talking.
I've
get
never.
that so much.
I haven't. Maybe I'm just naive to the net play grind. I've only played like 80 sets or something, but when I'm in the chat there, they'll be raging, telling me that my fox is a little F word, gay boy. You know, they're telling me that I laser camp the entire time. That I'm like, I had a guy tell me that I'm ruining melee last
Yeah,
night.
that was good.
You know, they'll say some shit, but they'll always click me if I win.
Yeah,
And I've never once thought about clicking me when I lose. I've been mad as hell. Like, I'll be in my room playing net play, be mad as hell. But like, there's just something that makes up Smash that is this honesty. And I think when you go against
When you
that,
betray
it's
that.
really like, boys won't look at you with the same again, you know?
But I don't think Tapes would have like reported. Oh, like
I don't know what the fuck you would have done.
I think it was-
Tapes. If
it was
you
for the-
won,
it
what
was-
would you have done?
it
Tell
was
us.
for the memes. It was just like
Yeah, but it's also like
Honestly, but like, for the memes at the stake of a tournament, like, they're wasting time on a setup. He was obviously salty.
Samus puffed.
no, it's a stupid meme.
Yeah.
It was definitely not cool, but we all just were like, this is happening, and we've never seen this before. So let's ride.
Oh no, I don't. I'm saying you guys. It was funny to watch it play out.
No, but I agree. But also, if
to
you
say it
meet
was
Tapes,
a joke when like you wasted the time of a setup, you wasted Nico. Nico shouldn't have to sweat like that, dude. Honestly, if I'm trying to play a bracket out and a guy makes me like, I have to play. Say I'm trying to play for like top 8 at Power 9, and I play a crazy close set with Jargo, and he's wobbling me, and I'm hating it, and I'm getting shines on him, and I'm just barely killing him. It's 3-2, and then another equally relatively skilled player like the Prince or Nico comes up to me and they're like, "No, we've got to play now." I'm like, I just fucking sweated out 5 games.
No,
to now
yeah,
have to play
that
I'd
would
this
be
have
guy
been
pissed.
again.
But if
I'd be pissed.
Jago did that to you, it'd be so funny.
No, I'm
just
I'm not saying Jago would ever do that.
I know, but
But
that's kind of what makes it funny is because like
because
Nico
no
is
one would
like-
ever think
yeah,
of doing that.
and no one would ever think of doing
But
that to
it's
Nico
so
because he's
unfair.
such a like
he
sweet
then
boy.
has to play
no,
so many
it's,
more
it's
games.
fucked up.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree that it's fucked up,
but
like,
it's also really funny.
yeah. I mean, Jago going like. Hey,
It's like
GG.
telling someone. It's like telling someone that like their grandma died and like leaving them for a day.
and
Like
coming back, just kidding, dude. She's
like-
alive.
like they were worried about it for a whole day, and then you come back and you're like, dude, fucking lighten up. It was a meme. It was a meme. All right.
I pray, Jago just does that to someone
Oh
now.
my god. Yeah. Anyway, that's what happened. I have the video. It's really funny. Maybe I'll upload it or something. But yeah.
That's a good secret video to have.
Yeah.
I have a couple secret videos in my life that have smashes in them, and
He's got that chong dick on deck.
I don't have the chong dick, and that's not a story I want to talk about.
All right.
Anyway,
Well,
let's wrap it up.
thanks for watching, 30 viewers. It's been fire. This is going to be the last podcast ever. I'm just kidding. Everything's fine.
So we had a lot of laughs.
Had a lot of laughs, had a lot of nostalgia. Cried a little bit, cranked a little bit.
Good ratio on the Chrysler Crank.
Yeah.
I feel.
I think so.
Tried a little bit. Maybe lied to a few TOs.
Who knows? Who cares?
Lie to your local TOs.
Lie to your local TOs. They don't deserve anything.
You know
exactly.
that meme that's like waste his time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a picture of Dawson like hard at work over the laptop.
I fucking dare one of these kids to try to do that to me. I'll scope it out from the other side of the venue, dude. I know all your names. Get that
He
S
does.
band real quick.
He's like a caring gym teacher in an inner city district.
He'll push you.
He'll push you, and he'll make you work.
I'm
But you'll respect
J.K.
him for it.
Simmons from Whiplash.
That's a little too rough
I'm that
because he's like damaged.
I'm that rough. And I'm damaged. So there you go.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna go. I'm gonna fill this pumpkin cup up with water, and yeah. Thanks for-
Next episode with Indy.
Next episode with Indy. He's coming down. He's going to look at L.A. and see if he likes it or not. And if not, he'll die in Colorado. And if he does like it, he'll be here. So we'll see.
I don't know why he would like it.
There's no reason to like it here.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Goth
Maybe
bodies.
he's into fucking Link dressed as a pony and a woman.
And some traffic too.
Yeah. So, thank you. Good night.
Good
Bye-bye
night.
forever.
Peace.
Kill it, Jet. Nuke the VOD.
Nuke it.
Nuke it. Big nuke.
Big